Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? I'm doing pretty good, but I want to ask y'all to please forgive me once again for not showing my face. I know y'all like Kiki, you say it every week, but look, I'm sorry. I just be really busy, and getting ready for the show is a lot of work. And by the time it gets to me getting dressed and getting prepared, it's like I run out of time. So I'm so sorry. Okay. So, but I promise I'm going to get back to showing my face and everything, but just be patient with me. All right. So tonight, and y'all know I want to show my face tonight because tonight I'm talking about my favorite people in the whole wide world. And that is Black Acres of the Gambia. Yeah, we are doing our Where Are They Now with the Gambian Repats, and we're talking about Black Acres tonight. So let me go up here and get to my script because I have to do a script because I will forget what I'm talking about. I'll get ahead of myself, and I do this to try to keep everything organized, nice, and neat. All right, so welcome, everybody. So tonight's live stream, we are talking about, like I said, Where Are They Now? We are talking about Black Acres of the Gambia. I am your host, Kiki Loves Nigeria, and on this channel, we discuss anything and everything that impacts you traveling, relocating, expatriating, and repatriating to Africa. Before we begin, I want to make several important statements. This live stream is presented for educational, commentary, and investigative discussion purposes. All right. Any clips, images, or videos used during this live stream falls under the Fair Use Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, and they are used for the purposes which includes commentary, criticism, education, research, analysis. Everything discussed tonight is presented as allegations. All right. Unless I tell you like it's a court case and they ruled on the court case, then it's all it's just alleged, okay, because it hasn't been proven in a court of law. This again is public commentary, our personal opinion based on publicly available information. Some information has been given to me like through private emails. Nothing in this live stream should be interpreted as like a fact. Like when I say what my opinion, okay, it's my opinion based on the fact, okay, but it's not saying that it's, that's what it is. Like when I say we're going to talk about why Rick and Cynthia really moved to the Gambia. Okay. So it's been like 8 years. All right. So we've had time to look through their videos. We've had time to look through their actions. And through all that, you can kind of figure out why did these people really move to Africa. So like what I think, I'm going to share that with you guys tonight of why they really moved to Africa was not about Pan-Africanism at all. That was just used as an excuse. So, but like I say, when I say that, that's my opinion based on how I interpret the facts. Okay. So again, you got to remember that. So where are we at now? The live stream is an investigative discussion, and the viewers are encouraged to do your own research. Like I always tell you, fact check me. That's why I show you videos. That's why I show you where I got the information from. Because I told you, YouTube is a primary source. All right. Primary source means this is the person who said it. It's not he say, it's not she say, it's not gossip, it's not rumors. It's responding to what someone is saying on a public domain like YouTube. All right. Again, our goal is not harassment or bullying. Our goal is to bring awareness and education for people who are considering traveling or relocating to Africa. All right. Now, let me tell you what this channel is all about. We want you to go to Africa with your eyes wide open. All right. A lot of people have traveled there, visited there, expatriated, relocated, and they went with their eyes wide shut. And, it becomes a safety issue. People have lost their lives. People have lost their money. People have been scammed out of their property, and we don't want that to happen to people. I don't want that to happen to people. That hasn't been my experience, but it has been the experience of people who write me and tell and share with me their experiences. So what I do is I share their experiences on my channel, okay? Because this has not been my experience. Not none of the time that I've went there. So again, I do this because I want to educate the public on what is going on, what could possibly happen to you. So that's the goal. We want you to go with your eyes wide open. Okay. Tonight, like I said, we are continuing our series on Where Are They Now? The Gambian Repats. All right. And in this series, we examine several well-known figures who promoted the relocation of the to the Gambia. And tonight, like I said, we're talking about Plaque Acres. Many of these YouTube personalities played a major role in encouraging members of the diaspora to relocate there, okay? They praised Gambia. Some of them were praised, some of them were criticized, but a lot of them disappeared. A lot of them just disappeared. And that's the purpose of this series, to find out where are they now. Some of them returned to the United States, but Black Acres are still there. Black Acres and Quasi Boyd, I believe, are the longest ones, have been there the longest. And I'm talking about just the people on YouTube. So I know there's people who are not on YouTube who've been there longer. But again, I'm talking about YouTube content creators, okay? Because that's public information. If I go and start digging around, that's kind of private information. And I don't do that. I don't have time to do that, number one. So again, we're discussing Black Acres of the Gambia. This channel became one of the most widely known channels for promoting the relocation to the Gambia. When I tell you Black Acres was like the leader, they were like number one. Everybody was watching them. And this was during COVID, right? So we had nothing else to do. We couldn't go nowhere. We couldn't do nothing. So all we could do was watch TV, right? So every morning, I remember every morning religiously, I would get up and I would turn that TV on and I would turn to YouTube and I would watch Black Acres of the Gambia, right? And just watching them, many viewers credit them for helping popularize the ideal of building a diaspora community there. And I do too. Okay, they were the one who made it popular. They're the ones who said, let's go to Gambia and build a community. But now remember, before them, there was what? Invest, Relocate Africa. So remember, we talked about last week when Phoenix Rain had blew Invest, Relocate Africa apart. It was just destroyed. People didn't know who to trust. Art Kathy was gone. Quasi was trying to hold it together. Phoenix was still on YouTube spreading her lies, on Facebook spreading her lies and her misinformation. So people didn't know what to do. So Black Acres of the Gambia, being who they are, they saw that open. They saw there was a chance for them to slither in there and for them to become the number one gatekeeper. And that's what they did. They slithered in there and they started promoting this sense of community, because Black Acres did not go to the Gambia with this sense of community. Black Acres did not go to the Gambia to create Black Acres of the Gambia. That is a lie. That was not their intention. That just kind of happened. So when things just kind of happen and you didn't plan for that, what do you need to make that happen? You need money, and you haven't planned for the money. So where can we get this money from? Black Acres turn to you know what? You know who? Us, the community. But we're going to get to that. All right, we're going to get to that. So we were on this community stuff that they were now selling, because again, Invest, Relocate Africa, they were the first ones we were watching. That blew apart quickly once Phoenix got there. Who stepped in? Blacks was there, but a lot of us, Black Americans, want to be with other Black Americans. So when Bag stepped in and started, selling their snake oil, we all fell for it. Between those channels and other channels that were like that, like our journey towards Eden, that channel also, thousands of us began to imagine, even I began to imagine, relocating and building communities in the Gambia. Even I wanted to do that. Even I felt like, this was something that I could do, especially after my mom passed. I felt like, oh, there was just, I wanted to just get out of here. This place just reminded me of hurt and pain. So I wanted to go. And what did I just say? Hurt and pain. I was running. So what was I doing? I was doing everything that everybody else was doing. Well, not everybody, because some people didn't run. But most people that we talk about were running from something. And when you run from something, you're going to run into what? Something. So that's why many viewers they became extremely popular. Black Acres was really popular. We admired them. We trusted them. We supported them financially. When I started researching Black Acres of the Gambia, I could not believe all the money we were giving them. I could not believe all the money this community had donated to them. And all of it was just gone. There was nothing to show for it except that house. But that wasn't what we were promised. We're going to get to that. So we did. We financially supported them. I can say maybe these past 2 years, we haven't really supported them like that, but some people still give to them faithfully. But it's nothing like it used to be. Nothing. Because over time, people began to question them. Questions began to arise. And when that happened, Black Acres can't take that. They can't take criticism. They can't take when somebody questions them. And when people started questioning them, when people started criticizing their actions, that's when things, and then people began to see who they really were. Then things began to fall apart for them. All right, let me go over here and get y'all questions. London lady, she was on here earlier, y'all talking about this is a circus. And it was. It was, and it is. It still is a circus. It still is a circus. But Black Acres did a lot of dirt to a lot of people. A lot of dirt to a lot of people. And if you do dirt, what do you think is going to happen? Dirt is going to be done to you. Dirt is going to come back to you. And especially these people consider themselves very spiritual people. They brag openly that they practice juju. They brag openly that they practice voodoo. They will tell you in a minute that they do. And it would seem like someone who admits that they practice, juju and voodoo, that they would be really cautious of the things that they say and the things that they do. And that's what really made me start questioning them, because I felt like just from the things they say and the things that they do, I'm like, you can't really be spiritualist, because spiritualists would never do the reckless things that Black Acres does and says. So that was the first thing I knew, first sign that this is indeed what London Lady said, a circus. It was a circus to finance our lifestyle. It was a circus to support ourselves because they had no money. The government was taking their money. Rick had been in jail for 30 days for not paying his support to the government of Tennessee. They were not ever going. Once you owe like for child support, spousal support, and once they get your social security number in that system, they're going to shut you down on every level until you pay them their money. And that's what would happen to him. And people, you have to understand, when you're in that type of situation, you become desperate. So of course Gambia looked wonderful. And in my humble opinion, that is the real reason why they went to the Gambia. And that is why you see this circus. Because once they got there, they had no idea how to support themselves. They had no idea what to do. It was all new. So what did we have to do? What we know to do. And that's what they did. Susan says, hello, greetings to everybody in the chat. Hello, Susan. Angela says, hello. Angela R for R says, I see you had a live, but I didn't watch. What live? What are you talking about? Most likely it's still a junkyard, allegedly. Oh, you said you see they had a live, but I'm sorry, I read it wrong. You said I see they had a live, but when? Recently? Oh, I'm gonna have to look. Yes, it does look still bad. And I don't understand that. Because when I go, when I'm in Gambia and I see just Gambian gardens, they look so nice and neat. But I don't, because I told you when I was doing the research, that was never their intent to do this community garden stuff. That's not what they went there for. They didn't know what they were going to do once they got there. They just got there. When this guy approached them about selling them some land, that's when they decided, oh, we're going to do this community stuff. Because that was a way to get us to buy in so we could do what? Donate the money. Because who did he see doing this? He saw Blacksit doing this. He got this idea from Miss Blacksit, okay? Everything Miss Blacksit did, he did. Because he knew Black people, Black Americans like to deal with Black Americans. He knows that. So like I said, Invest, Relocate Africa was knocked down. So here was his opportunity to make some money, to come in and become a gatekeeper, to become something he always wants to be, which is important. And this was their opportunity. They saw opportunity and they took it. Criminal on 2 continents. Exactly. Because that doesn't change anything. It does not. If you're a criminal in the United States, you think you're not going to do criminal acts in another country? You seriously think that? Rick didn't change who he was. Cynthia didn't change who she was when she went to the Gambia. They went as they were. They went as they are. Nothing changed about them. They just took who they were in America and transplanted that person in Gambia. And that's why they had such a hard time when they got there, especially Cynthia. Because she was not used to this world where women have no say and a silence. Women are silent. She wasn't used to that. So, of course, she overperformed. So you're exactly right. Who you are here, that's who you're going to be there. No matter how much you pretend that that's not you. Yeah, it did. It changed because I was giving people a break about the land in Ghana. I'm sorry. Yeah, I felt like I was on that a little bit too much. So I wanted to give them a break about that. But I'm going to go back to that. I just needed to give my viewers a break and go back to Gambia. Okay. I'm sorry. And then I had that thumbnail up there, and I shouldn't have had it up there. Hey, Rosie, how you doing? She says hello to everybody. Gambian in Spain says hello to everybody. How you doing? Thank you. What's your name? Mr. Hamilton. Thank you so much. He's saying hi to everybody. I agree. I do not see a sense of community with them. No, there's never been a sense of community. You see what I mean? Because people let me tell you something. Humans are people of are creatures of habit. Okay, so they usually their patterns in their behavior. You see what I mean? So somebody who has a sense of community, you're going to see that in their life when they're in the United States. You're going to see that before they go to Africa. They're not going to just go to Africa and develop a sense of community. No, that's fake. I'm just doing that because I'm in Africa, and I want to appear a certain way. But if community was seriously in my heart, you would have saw that before I came here. People go to Gambia and they create these fake personas. That's one thing that I noticed about. Not all of them, but the ones that I talk about. No, there was never a sense of community. Hey, Steph, I'm sorry, that's Jam Jars. I'm sorry, Jam Jars. I saw the hi sign and I'm like, oh, that's Steph. She always does that. Hey, Kiki and chat, everyone, please hit the like and share and hype the video. Thank you so much. All right. Rosie says, she's saying hi to everybody. They said we could visit them. Yes, and I did visit them. I did visit there. That's when I was believing in Black Acres. I believed in that sense of community. I believed in everything that they were saying until they turned on me, until I became a target of their anger and their rage. And then I saw how Black Acres goes after you. And not only do they go after you, they have these followers who go after you. Yeah. They go after you hard and heavy. And they send these followers after you. But they seem like they've lost most of these people who used to do this dirt for them. But they would send these people to your channel. They would send these people to try to find out, things about you. Like, I don't use my professional name on YouTube, okay? So they would go and try to find, well, they did find my professional name, and then they would find out, just different things, personal things about your personal life, and then they would spread lies to try to destroy your reputation. And that's why I know these people are liars, because they did it to me. And you guys know the lies they told. The lies they told on me were impossible lies. They weren't even believable lies. They were crackhead lies. That's what I call impossible lies, crackhead lies. They were lies that couldn't even possibly been true. But they were spinning these lies as if they were true. And they continue to do it. And again, like I told you, they had their people who helped them do it. Now, if they were doing that to me, and I had a YouTube channel, what were they doing to those other people who dared to cross them in real life? What were they doing to them? They would threaten you. If they see you in person, they come up on you. They try to fight you. And I'm not lying. I'm telling you the truth. There's videos to prove everything I'm saying. And I'm saying to myself, if these people are doing this to me, what are they doing to these people in the Gambia who disagree with them? What will they do to them? Because there was no disagreeing with them. There was no crossing them. Once you disagree with them, once you cross them, oh no, they're at you, and everybody on their team is at you. This is the game these people play. Make sure, Jam Jar says, make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell to set the notifications. Thank you. Rogi says, it's exactly what building with the Smiths are doing now. What? Scamming people? Because building with the Smiths had nothing. That's why I said we have to quit being so gullible. All you got to do is simply research these people. They got nothing. They went to Gambia. They was what they called African pickaninny. That was African Picnic or something like that. That was the name of their channel. They had nothing, people. No income, no nothing. They begged their way to where they are now, and they continue to beg. Why is it our responsibility to support these people? Why? When you get there, nobody's going to support you. But they come on YouTube and they make it seem like somehow it's our responsibility to sustain their lifestyle. If those people were here in the United States or in the Caribbean, y'all wouldn't give them nothing. Y'all would tell them to make it on their own. That man got a wife and a baby. That man need a job. He need 2 jobs. He need 3 jobs. But what does he do? Spend his time on YouTube begging for money. Begging for money. And he's not making that much on the channel, because I'm telling you, YouTube does not pay that much unless you're a big channel like O'Shea. Now, you make money if you have a channel like O'Shea, but nobody in this diaspora community that I'm talking about has channels like that. So we just get a little thank you note. That's what I call it, a little thank you. I appreciate it. But it's nothing to sustain, especially in the Gambia, to sustain your life. No. So they're begging for you to sustain their life. And we need to stop doing that, because it makes us look like fools. And do y'all know, once people get your money, there's people who can put spells on you with your money. Once you give to them, they can put a spell on you to make you to continue to give to them. If you don't believe me, ask AI. Look it up. Look it up. I'm not making this up. You know how much energy, strength, and time it takes to make up and maintain a lie? I don't have that time. I don't have that energy. It's too easy for me to sit and tell the truth, no matter how controversial it is. Where are the Thank you. Jam Jar says, where are the $100 nameplates bag? What happened to them? They were supposed to be, the wall was supposed to be redone. We're going to talk about that tonight. We were given $100. Some people were giving it every month. Remember the raffle? We were played like fools by people we trusted, by people we watched every day. Every day I watched Cynthia, and I said, and I prayed, God, I want to go to Black Acres one day, and I want to meet her. And I want to spend the whole day out there just working with her and helping her out, because she seemed like such a nice lady. But little did I know, Cynthia was a wolf in sheep's clothing. She's just as bad as Rick, if not worse. I don't know who's worse. I think she's worse. They wanted to be carpet cleaner. Yeah, in Africa. See, that's what I'm saying, because that's what they did. And remember when they went to that nightclub? I saw that nightclub when I was there. Remember when they went to that nightclub and they wanted to clean that furniture, because the furniture was like upholstery, and they wanted to do all that to the furniture. And I think maybe they got 1 or 2 customers, but they said they weren't paying, what they needed them to pay. Of course not. It's the Gambia. Of course not. And that's before, the dollar was really over there. So they weren't paying stuff like that. They weren't paying those prices, but they were doing what they knew how to do. Jam Jar said they tried. Who's going to carpet mud? Yes. And see, that's what I'm saying. If they were truly thinking on this Pan-African mission, then they would have researched and known this business is not going to work over there. A carpet cleaning business is not going to work over there. We're going to have to do something else. But again, my position is they never went there on this Pan-African movement, on this sense of building a community. They went there to escape what was going on with them and with the state of Tennessee. That's what they went there for, because the state of Tennessee had them locked down, shut down. When the state gets a hold of your Social Security number and put a hold on it, oh, you can't do nothing. They got a hold on whatever income you make. And he was behind. So behind, they were locking him up for 30 days. You think, and now they want us to believe that they just went there because of Pan-African? They want to be No. Hi, Kwame. How you doing? Yes, Rosie, they are insane. Yes, I remember they tried to provoke a fight with you, but you were classy for that. Girl, it was hilarious. It was hilarious because let me tell y'all, I grew up in a city where, I mean, who you are is where you get your respect. You got to be able to stand, like they say, stand on business. You know, you got to be able to stand 10 toes down. You know what I mean? You got to be able to hold your own. So I grew up in a community like that, where, you know, you can't let nobody disrespect you. Your name is all you got, you know. So, but I knew well enough to know I let people talk that stuff. You could talk whatever you want to talk. You could say whatever you want to say, but putting your hands on somebody is completely different. So that's the community that I grew up in. So I don't care about you calling me names. I don't care what you say about me. All of that is irrelevant. I could care less about her performing, but I knew just from growing up in the community that I grew up in that this lady is doing nothing but making a scene. That's all she's going to do is make a scene. And she had the nerve to say she's going to make me mad enough where I would hit her. And I'm like, lady, how can you control me where I'm going to hit you when you can't even control yourself? You're making a fool out of yourself. If you hate me so much, a wise person would just ignore me. I wasn't talking to her. My back was to her. She didn't have to look at me and I didn't have to look at her. So, or either get up and move like they eventually did. You know, it was all of that was just performance, like a rooster. You know how roosters walk around and perform? That's what she was doing. And it was full of people, y'all. It was full of just Europeans. I think we were the only people of color in there. And she was up walking around. I think they were drunk because the way they were acting, and Rick he was grabbing the drinks, you know, so she don't knock the drinks over because her arms is flailing in the air, you know, like she really gonna do something. But people who doing all of that, they're gonna do nothing. And I said, this lady is just selling a bunch of wolf tickets. And she think I'm gonna jump up and do what? What am I supposed to jump up and do with that? I don't do that. So, you know, I was just laughing. I thought it was hilarious because it was hilarious to me. But that let me know, that right there encounter let me know, this is what they do to the people in the Gambia. They will bully you. They will harass you. They will stalk you. They will try to intimidate you. They will try to assault you. Yes, they will. You saw it. It was on video. This is what, if y'all think they just did that to me, no. That's what they do. And they're a team at their harassment. They're a team at what they do. This is a video of malice. This is a video. What? What do you mean it's a video of malice? See, that's what I mean, y'all. What? How is it a video of malice? When I'm talking about where are they now and responding to their video. Just because you don't like what I'm saying, that doesn't mean it's malice. No, what they did to me was malice, what they tried to do, because they really didn't do anything to me. But what they did while they were trying to hurt me, they hurt themselves. Because what they did was expose to this whole repack community how evil they really were. That's all they did. There was no harm done to me whatsoever. None, nothing negative happened to me because of them. Nothing. But to them, oh, Boy. So, who has the malice in their heart? It obviously was not, and it has never been me. And you can look at our lives and see that. Rosie says, please hit the like button. We have only 23 likes. Can y'all please like the video? Thank you. Hey, Mr. Dorcas. May, please hit. May ain't gonna hit no like button, honey. No, she ain't doing that. May, please hit the like button. And thanks for your comment and your view. Yeah, the Wall of Fame, Rosie. Yeah, $100. Kiki, you're right. Money is used to seal. I told you. Blessing says, Kiki, you're right. Money is used to seal, bind, and come into agreement with someone spiritually, and you don't even know it. And guess what? You ain't got to know it for them to do it and for it to work. I'm serious. And these are the level. This is the level that these people are on. But Black Acres told you. They told you that they practice juju and voodoo. They told you that. We saw Rick with the bottle constantly, and we don't know what was in that bottle, but he always had it with him. Jam Jar says the names faded with the first rain. They probably did. And the wall was probably falling down because they put up a new wall now. I was going to give 100 for a name tag, but they were asking too much for my opinion. So I didn't send anything, and it began to sound like a scam. See, brown skin. That's exactly what the viewers started to think over time. That this isn't right. This isn't right. $100, and you should see the nameplates. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at how small these nameplates are. We're going to look at all of that. And this was after they just did the $100 raffle and scammed everybody out of that. Has anybody seen the winners yet? Kwame, thank you so much. That was very kind of you. Has anybody seen the winners yet? No. Bags are a delusional too. Yep, that's what they really are, delusional. MS says, hey, y'all, I'm late. How much did I miss? You didn't miss much. We just were introducing everybody. Oh, I didn't give. I am asking for the ones who did. Jam Jar says, Mark says, Rick, Rosie says, what are they saying about what were they? Oh, God. Oh, honey, they said I had been in the penitentiary 4 times. One was for prostitution. One was for some kind of illegal money action. The other one was having, I think, some kind of controlled substance. And the other one was, I can't even remember. It was like 4 vile things. And they said I had been in prison. I had been arrested 3 times. I had been in prison 4 times. People were believing this. They were coming on my channel, getting in the comment section, talking about how many times have you been in prison? How many times have you been arrested? I'm like, what? I'm like, look, people, I have a double master's. Okay. I was in graduate school all that time. When did I have time to go to prison? 4 times. I was married all that time. When did I have time to go to prison? And furthermore, the crimes they had accused me of, and they said they had proof of all this, but they never, of course, produced the evidence. And I'm like, but the crimes they had accused me of, for what I do, I have to have a federal background check and an Ohio Bureau of Investigations background check, right? I have to have my fingerprints. You can't use my name. You can't use my birthday. You got to have my fingerprints, okay? They do that every 5 years. People, it's the freaking FBI and the FBI of Ohio, the Ohio FBI. Don't you think they would know all of that? Don't you think they would have reported that? It is unbelievable that people believed that the things they had accused me of, I could never, ever be in the profession that I'm in. Never. And even before I did this, remember, I worked for local government. Local government does a background check. So when was I supposed to have done all that? But the Black's followers didn't care. They did not care. They wanted to believe anything about me except the truth. Except the truth. So that's what they said. And it was just horrible rumors. And then they got people together to go contact the Ohio Department of Professional Conduct, and they to say things about me. But the things they accused me of were crimes. And if I'm committing a crime, you should have a police report. You see what I'm saying? But there's no police report to back up anything that they're saying. So it was just, I couldn't believe what these people were doing. They were going on to it was just the things that Bag and their followers were doing to me was unbelievable. And all that did was make me stand even stronger. Because like I said, if they would do this to me, what would they do to somebody else who stood up to them? What were they doing in the Gambia to the repats who stood up to them? That's why there was no news. That's why nobody said anything. That's why it was so hard to find out what was going on in the Gambia and in these repat communities, because of people like Black Acres, these gatekeepers, who, if you said anything, they were going to try to destroy you, and they were going to alienate you from the community. And that's what they did. Well, they didn't. They tried to destroy me, but their lies were too outlandish. You know what I mean? Because if they came up with all of that, then how come you don't tell them that you knew I had 2 masters? Why didn't you tell them that? Why didn't you say, yeah, she really does have a master's in education, and she really does have a master's in public administration, and she really is an educator? Why didn't you tell them all of that? Because you found out that. But see, they never told him all of that. And everybody who knows, somebody with a public administration degree and an education degree come on. Y'all know what kind of record background they have to have. You can't even curse anybody out good. You can't even go to the Walmart and get in an argument with the cashier. You can't even do that. But they had accused me of things that was just, things that were despicable crimes. And people believed it. No, that thing, I don't know why it said 10 minutes out. I think I said it wrong. Lindy lady, hey, DeVoe. Because I probably was doing it when I didn't have no glasses on, honey. You know how that'll go without the glasses. There ain't no telling what is going to come up on the screen. Hey, she's saying hey to everybody. Okay, good. Okay, we'll talk to you later. And Jam Jar says, and still think she control others. Just listen to how she says and she handles purchases. Yes, because they still think they control others. And they did control a lot of people. I don't know if they control them as many people as they did control, but Black Acres used to control those repats, I'm telling you. Nobody, I'm sorry if y'all hear me making noise, nobody would cross them. They are sensitive and thin-skinned. They can talk about people, but if you criticize them, they trip like little kids. They do. You cannot criticize them. You cannot, if they talk about somebody, you cannot defend that person. But I didn't know that. I didn't know those was the rules to this repat game in the Gambia. If it's malice, Rick, then go your merry way. Rick probably can't spell malice, honey. Dara says, hi, Kiki. We are happy just to hear your story. Oh, thank you. They are broke AZZ hustlers, yes, and they've always been broke. They've always been like that. Yeah, prostitution. Can you believe that? Me, of all people. I always say I'm too mean to be a prostitute. That's something I could never do. I could have never done that. I'm too mean for that. I could no, putting your hands on me and touching me. No, we will not be doing that. No, no, no. Yeah, they were insane. And it was a drug charge. Yeah, and I was in prison. Rick was the one in prison. I think he went to jail. He did go to prison in the Gambia. Well, I wouldn't say it was prison. They held him in a prison in the Gambia. You see what I mean? What he accused me of, you see how it boom. I told them in that video, I said it's gonna all come back on you. What you tried to do to me, I told them you were fools for trying to do that to me, because I told y'all there are people who are special. And that's one thing my husband always told me when he first met me. He always said, people are special to God. And when he said this to me, I knew he knew who I was. He said, you know what? There are some people who are special to God, and there's some people that you just don't mess with. And he said, and you're one of them people. He said, you know what? God is your friend. God is your friend. And I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. Because when I was little, you know what my grandma used to tell us? The same thing. That people, we are special. And if somebody ever tries to curse us or hurt us, guess what? It's going to boomerang and it comes right back to them. To them. But see, if you're really a spiritual person, you're going to recognize those people, and you're not going to do that. You shouldn't be doing that in the first place. But if you do be low down and dirty like that, you're not going to do that, because you're going to recognize what this is all about, who this person is, and what this spirit is all about. Because we all are spirits, believe it or not. We all are spirits. So that's a bit rich coming from them. And Cynthia was born in the pen. Yeah, see what I mean? See what I mean? And I was born into middle class America. See what I mean? I wasn't born in a pen. My mother wasn't incarcerated when she had me. So, that's what I'm saying. This is what they do. But what did they do to me? They tried to make me what they are, a nothing. She knows she's nothing. She knows she's absolutely nothing. That's why she couldn't stand Miss Blacksett. That's why they couldn't stand them. So they rejoiced when everything started happening to her. They love that. Yeah, it is their arrest record. Jam Jar says, yes, hustlers, on what I understand. Rick told us that the next time he sold those nameplates, he's going to charge double. He probably is. Malice is what, yeah, that was horrible what they tried to do to me. All right. Hi, Miss King. So yes, that's exactly what he is. All right, so let's look at this now. So this couple behind Black Acres of the Gambia are Rick and Cynthia, okay? And according to their own story, let me show y'all their channel. According to what they say, but we don't know if it's true. I believe Rick grew up in the South. No, he didn't grow up in the South. He was born, I believe, in the South, and he moved to Chicago. And that's where he met Cynthia, who was 17 years old when they met, according to Rick and Cynthia. She was 17 years old when they met. Let me show you their channel for people who don't, because some people don't know who they are. They were 17 years old, and let me go over here. All right, here you go. This is their channel. So Black Acres of the Gambia, they met in Rick and Cynthia met when she was 17 and Rick was 21. They had a brief encounter. Cynthia became pregnant. She was 17. Again, he was 21. He was in the military, so he had to leave for a period of time. Cynthia didn't tell him she was pregnant, or he didn't know that she was pregnant until I think a couple years after the little girl was born, and there was some paternity issues, but they worked it out and they ended up, getting together. And they ended up getting married. Their relationship developed, and they built a family. They built they had 7 kids, and like I said, they decided that they were going to relocate to the Gambia. They told us it was because of racism and because of Marcus Garvey, that they really were big Pan-Africanists. But after I started researching them, I just kind of felt like it was another more reasons than that. Now, according to their channel statements made on their channel, Rick served many years in the military. I think almost 20 years, he said. I think he said he was 2 years from retirement, but I don't understand why he didn't retire. He said he just left. And it sounded like, if I remember correctly, because he was tired of the racism in there or something. But then I remember him saying that he had an ear injury, something blew up in his ear, and that he had an ear injury, something blew up in his ear, and that he had lost 30% of the hearing in his ear. I don't know how true that is, but like I said, that's what Rick says. So after that, Rick goes to, they decide they're going to go to the Gambia. All right. So let me let you introduce you to Black Acres of the Gambia. All right. So hold on. We're going to stop sharing that screen and we're going to open this screen. So I'm going to introduce you what we saw for the first time. And we all were so happy. I know I was when I saw them. I was so happy to see them. And I remember I watched and it just felt like, you knew them. It felt like they were part of your community. They felt like we were part of their family. They were part of our family. And let's watch a little bit of this. All right.
Yay! Bad family. Wait a minute. How do we understand?
This is one of their first videos. Well, actually, this is their first video that they made. So this is after first Rick and Cynthia went. Okay. First Rick and Cynthia went. When they went to just check it out. So then they decided to buy some land, but we didn't know that when they weren't on YouTube then. Okay. So somebody asked them, did they want to buy land? Now that was another thing that told me they were not going there to do this community thing. If the person asked you, did you want to buy land? Then you had no intentions on buying land. So he had asked them to buy land. They agreed to buy the land, but they had got into some land scam and they ended up paying twice as much for this land, but they didn't have the money to pay for this land. So what did they do? They had heard about how much money you could make on YouTube. So they started a YouTube channel. Now, this is their first video on YouTube. This is their first live broadcast on YouTube.
Let me know when I need to start talking.
You can start talking now.
Oh, okay. Hey guys, this is the Bag family. Let's identify ourselves just in case this is your first video.
Hello, Zem Rock.
Of ever seeing the Bag family together and stuff. So I'm Papa Bag. I'm Rick. This is Sweet Juicy Mama.
Hello, everyone.
Raheem. I forgot her name. What's her name?
Kiki.
And that is who?
James. Say hello, James.
How are you?
Okay.
Nadia. Hey.
And that's Nadia, guys. Hey, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. And I just want to go ahead and put out a few comments as we start to figure out what's going on. Because, again, this is our first time doing this. So we don't have a clue what's going on. We're going to try to figure it out as we go. So let me go ahead and say thank you to all of our subscribers. Thank you for your positive comments, feedback, and support. If it wasn't for you guys cheering us on, we would have never made it this far.
I'd like to hear from you.
Now, in the case of
What do you say?
Doug. I like to hear from Doug.
wait a minute now, let me set the rules. Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute, let me set the rules now. In the event of a power outage, give us a chance to fire up the generator and then we'll resume. So right now, guys, this
I really like James.
So right now,
It's
guys.
nice that they like you.
Hey, come on now.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, okay, but anyway, we got 60 minutes, 1 hour starting now. And right now, we just want to ask Sweet Juicy Mama to explain some things about people that want to donate and all that good stuff. Go ahead, Sweet Mama.
Well, our PayPal is PayPal.me, Usambuda Cynthia. If you have a PayPal account, you can do that. And Patreon, I know nothing about. All I know, I set it up, and if it's right, you just go to Patreon and to Usambuda.
In case you want to read some of the comments.
Cynthia@gmail.com. You got.
You see, that's what the main purpose of this channel was, to make money.
Guys are talking over me.
Then give it to me. You give it to me. You can read Naughty comments with Naughty. Okay.
Okay, so that's what we have set up now. PayPal me, Usambuda Cynthia.
Good
Now,
job.
all you have to do is go to our page. What you want me to do?
No, I'm saying good job, Sweet
Go to
Mama.
our page, look for the Patreon link and the donate for Patreon. Patreon, and you go from there, guys.
Okay, now good job, guys. Now again, we're new at this, going live because this is our first time being 6 months in the business. And some of the things that you'll get for donating to our channel is a continuous upload of videos. And they said that when you are on Patreon, you're supposed to show stuff that people, non-subscribers won't be able to see. So when we go on Patreon, we're going to start uploading different videos that you won't be able to see on regular YouTube and stuff, okay? And some of the things that you'll get, and we talked about this in previous videos, some of the things you'll get is access to discounts when you come to Bag, because like Acres of the Gambia, we are going to have hotels, restaurants, apartments, live sporting events, entertainments, and things of that sort. So
this was all they were promising us. Y'all hear all of that? We were supposed to get discounts to live sporting events, discounts when we go out to Bag, discounts to everything they had out there. They had nothing. Let me hear that again.
Upload of videos, and they said that when you are on Patreon, you're supposed to show
What?
they can make you.
There's no question.
About this in previous videos, some of the things you'll get is access to discounts when you come to Bag, because like Acres of the Gambia, we are going to have hotels, restaurants.
Hotels, we're going to have a discount on the hotel. Now remember this, you're going to have to remember this for later. Hotels, restaurants, whatever.
Apartments, live sporting events, entertainments, and things of that sort. So you'll have discounts when you come here, and as well as fruit baskets, fruits, nuts.
Fruit baskets. They'll give you a fruit basket with fruits and nuts.
Herbs and veggies and stuff.
Herbs and veggies are in it.
Okay, so starting now, guys, we got 60 minutes to answer any questions that you guys have. So who gonna read? Go ahead, Keith.
All right, so that's how they introduced themselves. That was their first video. And as we see, this video is about raising money. This video is about donating to Black Acres. This video is about helping to build that community. So this is how they launched it, all right? This is how it came off to us. So we were believing it. Now, this is where the story begins to get complicated. Hold on. Because after that, there were allegations and controversies that circulated online regarding Rick and Cynthia before their relocation to the Gambia. And what is this person here saying? Word is they had a daughter taken away into the system, but Rick still had to pay child support. I think the money got too big. He couldn't pay, facing jail, and he split. That's the conclusion I came to. And I came to that conclusion. I'm going to produce my receipt in 1 second. how I came to that conclusion. All right, so let me set you up for that. Because over the years, various allegations and controversies have circulated online regarding Rick and Cynthia before they relocated to Africa. These allegations have been discussed on different YouTube channels. Some viewers believe that legal issues and financial pressures may have contributed, just like this person said, to their decision to leave the United States. And that is what I believe. I believe these legal issues and the financial pressure from these legal issues, I believe that's the reason why they left the United States. Others believe their move was purely ideological and connected to Pan-Africanism. I don't believe that anymore. At first I did, before I started researching them. Tonight we're going to examine the timeline that claims that they've been, that they've discussed publicly. That's all we're looking at, what they discussed publicly. Okay. And then we're going to decide. We're going to decide why you think they went to the Gambia. All right, so let me put this video on. Let me see if y'all got some comments first. Steph is here. Hey, Steph. She says, welcome to Kiki Loves Nigeria. We're glad you're here. Please give the video a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you. All right, so live sporting events. You know that was a big lie. Just making up. Yeah, they just make up stuff to keep us coming. And the fact that he can, like she said, he can make it up with a straight face. He can lie to us with a straight face. That part is alarming. So let's look at this video. And I'm going to tell you, this is what I think is the real reason why they ended up in Black Acres of the Gambia. This is the real reason why they ended up in Gambia. Like the person said, I think they wanted to, after I watched this, I said they wanted to get away from the legal issues and the financial issues that they were facing in Gambia. I mean, in the United States.
Balcony here.
And again, this is fair use. This is for educational purposes only, because you guys need to understand who the people are that you're dealing with. People will tell you who they are. All you have to do is listen. Black Acres has told us who they are. All we got to do is listen.
In Clarksville, and I see some frost on the ground.
So let me tell you what's going on. She went back to Clarksville for something. They were having, I think, their GoFundMe. The first GoFundMe they had, GoFundMe had stopped the GoFundMe. So she had to go back because you have to have a bank in the United States. So she went back, I guess, to do something about that. And while she was there, she goes to the court place and she decides she wants to tell us about the court. She wants to tell us what happened to them in Clarksville, Tennessee.
Happening today at the stores. Go down these stairs. Ooh, he got some ice on his window too, so I guess I'll have to let it run a little bit before taking off like usually. Ooh, I see some sun, guys. Do y'all see that? I ain't seen that in a while. But we're almost finished with this here today. Well, this week. And I'll be back on bags very soon, guys. I will see you guys when I see you. Look at that ice there, guys. Do I miss this stuff? No, sirree. It's defrosting, but I do not miss this. It is cold out here this morning. Whew. And I still haven't picked up any gloves. And I'm not sure if I'm going to, because I can use my sleeves. It'll be useless to buy them now. It's almost time to go. Oh, well.
So she's driving around the courthouse.
I come to tell you a story.
To different places. So now we're getting to the story part. And this is when she starts reminiscing. All right, so let's check this part out. This is the part I really want y'all to hear.
Hope I can get through it, guys. But a lot of people ask, or some, they always want to know why we hate the others so much.
And with me in particular, this is one of the reason, not the only reason, but one of the reason, and probably a strong reason, one for me, why that I hate them so much. I remember I had, we have 7 children. One was taken out of our household, and it was taken out the way they took this child out of my house was really bad, and it really left a bad taste in my mouth with dealing with these people, because this is what they try to do to our children, not just mines in general. I mean blacks, how they always.
Okay, so you see right now, that's the first thing that caught my attention is how she tried to turn this issue, whatever's going on with her child in her household, she's trying to turn this into a race issue. And I'm thinking, having worked with children, I'm thinking, how is this a race issue? If the court is involved, they got evidence issue. It's not about a race issue. It's about either marks on the child, either psychological abuse to the child. It's something where they have evidence that this happened. So it's not a race issue. It's an evidence issue.
Do they take them out saying you're unfit mom or dad, and that we can do better? Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you this story. I never forget it. I went when one of my kids was acting up. We went for help. We tried to get help, because we don't know everything as a parent. Sometimes we look out and we ask for help. Well, we went out for help the wrong way, and I never forget it. But yeah, we did take and tried to get help for it, but they didn't look at it that way as help. They said we were doing something wrong. So what they did was, I'm not going to tell you the whole story just yet, but one day you will hear it all. But I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. They did.
She said, I'm not going to tell you the whole story. I'm going to tell you that one day, but I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Isn't telling you exactly what happened the whole story? That's what I'm telling you. Something is wrong with Cynthia. Her brain does not connect to her thoughts correctly.
I'm gonna say her. Yeah, it was one of my daughters, but they took her out of the household. I'm not gonna say exactly which one. And they thought they was doing right, but about them taking care of her. But no, they was doing wrong. What they did was try to hurt Rick as a man. He was a strong black man. He believed in discipline. They said no.
So the court system. Now think about this is the story she's selling us, because they're in Gambia now. So she's telling us the court system went after Rick, made this all up because they wanted Rick, because Rick was a strong black man. This is what the court system did. They just made it all up. Saw him, made him a target, and just went after him to destroy him. Now I want y'all to think about how much sense that makes.
Yeah, they did what they did, and they tried to, make us pay by taking money from his pay, and whatever it, it was sad, guys. That's all I could say. It was sad, and I'll never forget when we had to go to court one day, and I'll never forget the judge who did it. And when he was the one who took her out, saying we was neglecting whatever, but blah 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 whatever. But then they started taking money out of Rick pay.
Say we were neglecting blah blah blah. That's not blah blah blah, ma'am. Child neglect is never blah blah blah. Child neglect is a serious issue. That's a serious issue. Not blah blah blah. But then she goes to, they were taking child support out of Rick's check. Now, this is the real issue to her.
They didn't think about the children that was left at home. They said we was neglecting her, but we were neglecting the other ones. I didn't understand that. But anyway, bottom line, they took the money, and they took many, thousands, almost close to 20-some thousand out of our pay. But so what we did, we just said, figure, let's stop working. If we want to stop working, we don't got no money to pay. So
they said they figured they gonna stop working. They done took 20-something $1,000 out of their pay, so they just gonna stop working. That's what their decision they made. We not working no more because every time we work, they just take our money for this child that ain't even in our care, and we don't care about her because she ain't there. So we need money to take care of the kids who are here, and they ain't giving it to us. So we just gonna quit working. This is what these adults decided.
They couldn't take no more, so they got angry and they tried to. Well, they did. They arrested him and tried to put him. Well, they did put him away for 30 days. But bottom line, I'm gonna tell you what exactly happened. This place. I wish so much bad things on these people, and I never forget it. I never forgetting wishing so much bad that it actually happened. We had to go to court one day, and that day we didn't make it because a tornado ripped through this place right here, guys. I never forget it. I was happy that it did, but I'm glad no one got hurt. But it tore up real bad here. It tore up the old they had the police station, I believe that's what it was. It ripped up everything in Clarksville, that downtown area. It tore up the churches. I'm gonna show you this. This is the new police station here, right here. I believe this is the new one. Somewhere around here they rebuilt a lot of things, but this one was the old one at the time. It was a small little building. They just added stuff.
So she thinks that she wished so much evil to happen to this place that the tornado came. Cynthia believes she's a witch, okay? She really does. And I believe she's been practicing this little weak witchcraft since before she went to the Gambia. Because you heard her say in this video, she wished so much that something would happen to these people in this place that it did.
And that day it was canceled because the tornado. I mean, guys, my life was a living hell living with these people here. And I do not regret living here after they put us through what they put us through and my child through. Had they not did what they did, her life probably would be better off than what she's living right now. I'm not going to say we was perfect. We were saints in bringing her up. But we did what we have to as mom and dad. And we wasn't allowing her to run us. And that's with all the children. But yeah, it was hell living. That's the building over there, guys. That building over there. I hated those people at that time because they tried to ruin our life. And I'll never forget having one guy. He was a brother. I'll say a coon. He was in there. He was helping them, saying we were bad and all this blah, blah, blah. But bottom line, when she got in the system with them, she actually ran again from them. And they accused us of harboring her. Bottom line, we didn't do that. And we knew exactly what went on, but I'm not going to tell you the whole story again. We eventually found where she was staying. And again, they still continue to take money from us. I never forget them taking the money. It was hard on us because at this time we're still trying to, recover. We had just left the military too. And they was taking so much money that it wasn't helping out at the house with what we were doing. So that's when we went into and we started our own business here in Clarksville, which was really helped us. And every time, they try to hurt, Black folks, what we do. We go in that mode and beast mode and we make it, we make it. But bottom line, again, like I said, we actually went help, and I never forget too, with close families. And that really had a sour taste in my mouth. Type person I am. I'm gonna help as much as I can.
So her family wouldn't help. She was mad at them because they wouldn't help. And they wouldn't tell her why they wouldn't help. But they did tell her why, but she wouldn't tell us. So that's what she's talking about there.
I'll tell you guys, but that reason really hurt me to the core, guys. If you only knew the reason why she didn't we pressed on and we got through it. But again, I believe that reason that if that person would have, really helped.
So she basically wanted the person to take custody of the daughter, and the person was like, no, she ain't getting involved.
It could have changed a lot of
So
things
she's mad.
with my
She feel like the person could have really helped and changed things. So see, this let me know Rick and Cynthia don't take accountability for their own actions. They blame other people for things that they've done, and they do this all their lives. They've done this all their lives.
child because I just believe I ain't no believe. I know it would have changed a lot, but it's okay again. Like I said, I'm not mad. I still love that person, and I will always love that person. But I just have to let that person know that hurt to the core because I thought, being close happened with just stay away from me, stay away from my family. And it did. That tornado came in and it tore up.
Oh, hold on, let me go back.
Remember that tornado as well
Listen
as
to this
that
part.
person? And I will always love that person. But I just have to let that person know that hurt to the core because I thought, being close family that, you're supposed to come and help.
But see, they want you to always do that. They want you to always sacrifice your life for them to save them. No, she was probably tired of helping them. She probably was tired of coming to the rescue. She probably was tired of all of that. So now she's mad at her because she says, no, I'm not raising your child.
Situation like certain things like that, but it's all good. But like I said, I remember that tornado as well. It was clear as day. I never forget it. I prayed for that person, prayed for this thing to happen. Not particularly that tornado, but I prayed that something would happen with just stay away from me, stay away from my family.
So what type of God-fearing person prays for evil to happen to someone? They don't. These people were evil and practicing some type of witchcraft before they went to Gambia.
And it did. That tornado came in and it tore up Clarksville. I ain't lying, guys. I was so excited. I was like, that's what they get for being evil.
She says she was so excited when the tornado came in and tore up Clarksville. And they really think that God is going to bless them. They really thought that they were going to go to Africa and they were going to be blessed. They really thought that. They really thought things were going to just go hunky-dory for them.
Evil with people and people's lives, It was sad, but it did happen, And again, but I mean, that didn't change anything. But like I said, the judge, I never forget that judge who actually ordered her to be taken from my house. Last month, guys, I received a message from someone, and it was about that judge. And that judge died last month. When I got it, guys, I looked at that picture. I cried. I was happy. Yeah. I was like, you died a little bit too late, but you did.
She was happy this man passed away from COVID. She was happy. She rejoiced that this man passed away and his family is now mourning and they are in pain. She's rejoicing in all of this. And she's telling us this. She is telling us this. And every time you give money to this type of person, your money is cursed.
Now, and I'm glad. I'm happy you did. You messed up a lot of people's lives in Clarksville, guys. And I ain't afraid to say the judge's name. It is Judge Grimes. I believe that's his name. He just died of COVID. At least that's what they said he died of. But I looked at his picture and I laughed because he did wrong. He locked away my husband up for 30 days, and I'll never forget what he did.
He locked your husband up for 30 days because he failed to pay what? Child support. He didn't just come to your house and lock him up, ma'am. He failed to pay child support.
He tried to hurt us really bad by taking my child out of our household and did what he did to her. And then top it off there, here in Clarksville, when they take a child out your household, you have to pay child support. And he knew that we had other kids in the household at that time. So that's one of the reasons why I hate them. And I hate them sometimes to the core of my whatever. I hate them because not only for that, but for the way they treated my ancestors back then and how they're treating us
What
now.
do your ancestors got to do with what y'all doing? With y'all being accused of neglecting this child? But there was more serious allegations than this. They just couldn't prove it. And Cynthia refused to help them investigate.
I do not like them. I'm sorry, especially the ones who are in charge of this judicial, system here. And then to top it off, you had someone that was working, and it was a sister. I never forget. She came to me and she tried to get me to turn against Rick because of saying my daughter was being neglected, blah blah. They even had the story out saying that she was abused, sexually abused. I mean, it was crazy, guys. I mean,
Now, tell me something. If Children's Service, Child Protective Service come to you and Child Protective Service say to you, ma'am, I think your daughter might have been essayed by your husband. Can you please help us investigate this? Wouldn't you want to know if he did it? Wouldn't you want to know? The fact that they suspect he did it, wouldn't that be problematic for you? Wouldn't you demand answers from your husband? Wouldn't you feel like, wait a minute, what is going on here? But that's not what Cynthia did. Listen to what Cynthia said.
I'm looking like, are you people crazy as hell? If you think I'm going to turn against my husband when I know he hasn't done anything but the right thing to take care of his family and children, if you don't get out my face, whoo, Lord, I know back then if I had a gun, I probably would have shot all their asses. But again, like I said, guys.
Now that's Cynthia, Black Acres of the Gambia. That's her. She gonna ride and die for her man, whether he right or whether he wrong. She gonna turn her back on her kid. She that type of woman. She put her man before her kid because she just did. This little girl was in custody of the state. And she was mad. She wanted to pow all of them for daring to ask her to stand up for her daughter against Rick. She refused. She refused.
Excuse my language, but that's why I hate most of them or all of them to the core.
But why hate them? Why hate them? You just said it was a Black woman who brought this information to you. See what liars these people are and manipulators they are, and how they keep trying to play this race card. Yeah, when people try to play the race card, you got to be very careful with that, okay? Because people, that's an emotion. People are trying to play you on your emotions. That's what this is. She was dead wrong. Rick was dead wrong. Neglect. They got you on neglect. So what? You weren't buying her clothes. You weren't feeding her. What were you not do? You weren't providing her with what she needed. Neglect had to be very bad for them to take her out of that household. And I believe they came to the school and got her from the school. It had to be extremely bad for them to do that. And they're mad at white people because of that. That was racism. They set Rick up for that. No, people. These are irresponsible parents. These are, according to the state of Tennessee, these are abusive parents. They were so abusive that they lost custody of their child. And then they go back to then they go to the Gambia and try to reinvent themselves. And what do? We fall for it. We fall for it. So the evil they tried to do to me, oh, it makes sense. Once I saw this video, I said, oh, these people are evil to their core. They exude evilness. That's just what they do. So let me stop and get your comments now. That's just what they do. Where are we at? Oh, hold on. That's your individual household issue, not a race. Thank you, Jam Jars. Steph says, I knew this happened, but never heard them tell it on their channel. Steph says, right, Jam Jars. Jam Jar says, trying to have her cover up the lies of the late, trying to have a cover up the lies for later on. Yes. Jam Jars are saying hi. They're saying hi. Here we go. Child support or fraud. Yeah, it was. They were mad because they didn't pay the child support. They had to pay child support. Stop working. Jam Jar says, stop working. Geez, it's your job to take care of your child, dummy. Exactly. But they felt like since the child was in the custody of the state and the state took her, that it was no longer their responsibility to take care of her or provide anything for her. So she thinks that she was torn up for the, so she think it was torn up for them. Yes. She thinks the tornado came through and tore up the city for her and Rick, for Rick and Cynthia, the two devil's doblins. And I don't even know if that's a word. I just made that up. But the town folks knew about their family. Yes, everybody knew about them. I'm sure they did. They had 100 kids. I'm sure everybody knew about them. At the start, they had so much potential. They became greedy and dusty. I don't think they ever had potential. I think it was all a cover-up. It was all a game. And see, you can only play your game for so long, and then the real you starts coming out. And we started seeing glimpses of who Rick and Cynthia really were. Took money, child support. Yeah. They took their money, their child support. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what they got mad at. And I think that's the real reason why they left the United States for Gambia. Because whatever job he was going to get, they were going to take it. Whatever income tax you filed, and they had 7 kids. So they were getting a nice income tax return. The state was taking it. They're going to keep on taking it. They're going to keep on doing that till you pay them what you owe them. Wanting the person to give them their child support back or not pay them the same support. Mary to a Gambian says, Black cat in the background. Does she have a broom? She probably does, honey. Steph says, now saying God brought the tornado to destroy the offices for doing their protective service job. Yep, for protecting the kids. That God destroyed those offices because those people were protecting the kids. Yeah, she is just crazy. She's just very crazy. And when I saw that video, I couldn't believe it. Then gonna tell the judge's name, right? She didn't have to do that, but that's what they do because they're always saying my real name. They're always letting you know what my real name was. Well, in the older videos. Because that's what they do. Because they want to do things to hurt you. She's very vindictive. I saw that. But see, the whole thing to me, y'all, is when I met them, why didn't y'all tell me right then, oh, we don't like you. Oh, we not fooling with you. Oh, we don't think nothing of you because you was cool with UN. We don't like that. So why didn't y'all tell me that to my face instead of going behind my back and sticking knives in my back? Because I had no idea Black Acres and I were in a beef until it was like full-blown beefing. They making live videos about me, and I didn't even know it. I had no clue. They're very vindictive. Only a vindictive person would do that. Even when I was out there, he was making videos about me then behind my back, and I didn't even know it, but he's smiling in my face, but filming a video behind my back talking about, I'm going to show y'all the video. This person came out here, and this person was doing this. Yeah, talking about, that don't even go together, what they doing. Edra says she laid down and had 7 kids and then mad because they hadn't prepared financially to care for them. Exactly. And they were doing everything to try to make money in the United States. Anti-America, bruh wanted America to feed her child. Exactly, she did. But turn against your child? Yeah, that's what she did, Jam Jars. Wow, Steph says, first time I heard her tell the story like this. Yes, ain't it horrible? MJ says, she should have gone to the therapist to share this pain. Yep, not YouTube. She can't take these words back. They are forever on the internet universe. Exactly. I would have never said none of that stuff. I sure wouldn't have came on YouTube and talked about that. I couldn't believe it. And you know how I found out about it? One of their subscribers told me about the video. One of the subscribers told me about that. And how he would say things, inappropriate things to that girl, Rakia, Kiki. And that's what brought it up. He would say just inappropriate things to her, things that they thought was so inappropriate. And she said, then there's another video where they didn't, they lost a child to the system. And that's when I was like, what video is it? And she sent me the video. So these are people giving me this information because they're disgusted with Black Acres. People were disgusted with them. Hate is such a strong word. Jam Jar says, Steph said, also remember that they were accused of ripping off locals with their business practices. Yeah, that's what they fell out with UN about, because he was saying that. Every time it came close to them being finished, he would fire them. He'd make up an excuse to fire them. And we know we've seen that more than one time. And probably had proof of the child being violated, but they ran. But what they do, they ran. Exactly. They ran. Enough people got robbed in the Gambia who dealt with bad. Remember what's his name? The man who lived up the street? What was his name, y'all? I can't even remember his name now. He moved to a Asian country and they got his car. Devil Doblins. I don't even know if that's a real name. Not the Devil Doblins. Not the Devil Goblins. Okay. Honey, I don't know. Goblins, Doblins, whatever they are. Isn't the U.S. now suspending passports for non-payment? Yeah, they've been doing that. That's what happened to Jermaine Jackson. Remember, they wouldn't let him back in. TNK. Hey, lady. TNK is here, y'all. MJ says, I think they are battling health issues. Honey, I think so, too. And I hate to say that. I really hate to say that because I look at them and I think they are, too. I really think they're battling health issues, but they're going to keep pretending to us like everything is wonderful. And we know it's not. Their medical system is nothing like ours. For one, Rick has a big problem with his memory, a huge problem. If they can do that to their own child, I can't imagine what they can do to others. Exactly. JD Okra, that's his name. Orca, that's his name. Shirley, that's the one. He was robbed. Who else was robbed? A rival. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. It's almost 8 o'clock. Oh, Lord. I knew it. 7:33. A rival was robbed. Remember that? What is Umar that lived up the street? I don't know who that is. Oh, that older man. Is that who you're talking about? Was Solomon robbed, y'all? Solomon was robbed for real, Edra. Was Solomon robbed, y'all? All right. So I believe that's the real reason why Black Acres left the United States, because they did not want to pay that money. I don't think it was because of no ideology, no opportunity, no financial reasons. I think it was financial reasons and legal reasons. That's what I think. So if Rick and Cynthia eventually made it their decision, they was going to stay. After that trip, they said they was going to stay. They sold everything they had and maxed out their credit cards, and they moved all their kids except for one. I think that girl stayed. The older girl, Nadia, she stayed. And everybody else had moved to the Gambia. All right, now they're in the Gambia. All right, they returned. They started that YouTube channel. Okay, so the whole time, Black Acres of the Gambia, they're selling us this vision. They're presenting to their viewers was very ambitious, right? They described now they wanted to build a diaspora community. You heard them talking about it. All right, you heard them talking about the homes, the stores. You heard them talking about the restaurants, the agriculture, everything. All right, so they were really geeking us up on this. That's why when people heard this video, they ignored it. 16,000 people heard this video. How many people saw this video? This is not no new video. This is an old video. This video was out when Black Acres was still getting big views, you know? So the fact that these people didn't even care, this video, well, it's got low views for them with what they used to get. It has 11,000 views. You know, so 11,000 people have watched this video. So 11,000 people know about this. All right. And this was 5 years ago. This is when they were booming. But did anybody turn against them? Did anybody say anything about it? No. When I brought it out, they had that video removed. But that was when I didn't know the YouTube game. But now I know the YouTube game. Yeah, I know how to play the YouTube game. Because they don't want people, but you can't say they don't want people to know about it because it's on their channel. So when they're doing this community thing, they start presenting us these plans, right? And these plans got us all geeked up. We was all ready. Once we saw these plans for the housing, we all wanted to go. So hold on, let me show you. Let me show you this. This is what we saw. And we were ready. We were believing every single thing that was coming out of Rick and Cynthia's mouth. And these are the same people who just told us now that their daughter was taken from them because of neglect, and they suspected SA, but Cynthia refused to help. All right. So now these people are selling us on they want to build a community, but they didn't want to they couldn't, and they wouldn't build a community in their home with their own child. But now they want to build this community with us. Now let's look at this blueprint.
It's 8 apartments.
Showing us our
It's
apartment.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a
It's
minute.
nice. It looks like it's 4 on the bottom.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
4
I'm
on the
sorry.
top.
These are outside. 2,
I can't see.
4, 6, 8.
Does it show what
So-
the inside look like?
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
go
it's in
through
there.
the
You gotta go
diagram.
Y'all
But
got
anyway,
2
keep y'all saying
bedrooms, a living room, dining room combo.
people saying y'all
What's the matter?
people saying y'all apartments are too big
I like it.
I know.
because the apartment is bigger than our house. You know the house we came from in America?
Yes.
Y'all apartment.
So they're supposed to be the kids' apartments. They didn't even build the kids' apartments. They played the kids out of their apartments. They didn't even build their apartment.
Bigger than a house.
Listen to
Entire-
what we're
the
saying
entire
right now.
house.
Y'all gonna be paying your own electricity.
Our entire house.
Yeah, it's bigger
in
than
America.
what? Yeah.
It's bigger than the entire house.
So one of their apartments, poor kids, they was going for it too. One of their house, each kid was supposed to have their own apartment, and it was bigger than their whole entire house in the United States.
But they don't understand, you know, the Princess apartments over there.
Mm-hmm.
Those big apartments. When we went in there, that's a huge apartment, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about Kiki and I
So
went.
these like luxury
Go get
apartments.
your cup.
That's what they call them, condo.
Luxuries.
But y'all know y'all got to pay rent, don't y'all?
Yes. How you look at the front of the house?
Just go in there, you'll see.
Look, they didn't even answer when he said, you know, y'all got to pay rent.
Oh, yes. Sir.
Now, these are the schematic drawings and stuff. I prefer to look at the color pictures because unless you know how to look at the schematics and the measurements, you really don't know what that is. But
I want to see the
Like you go
Stairs. I'm gonna show you the part that we really like. The lands, well, those are just different side views.
So look, they had us all
The
geeked
one way.
up believing this, honey.
Inside.
Yeah, he laid out the Okay, that's what the front look like.
That's the back.
They said, I already said that's the front view.
Y'all chose the
Yeah.
color.
They chose
That's not
it.
the color of the house.
Not
Yeah.
that it matters, I was wondering.
No, we could choose it. That's just a color
For
to
this-
show you.
This design, yeah.
Where's the one where
It's coming, they go one from
that's
front.
one, but the one that I really like.
It's the front with the drive in.
So
it the
this
front
is it,
picture?
y'all. This is what we was all supposed to be getting. This is what the kids
Oh,
was
here it
supposed
is.
to be getting.
No, I think this is it here. Oh yeah. That's
That
How you
is
come in?
beautiful there.
That's nice.
so you pull in right here, you park like that there.
Y'all gonna have verandas.
Only if you're on the side. That's the way
Y'all
I made
gonna
it.
have
If you're on the
verandas.
side,
Mhm.
Y'all gonna have an
You get a
apartment
veranda.
big as our house.
some people want the
Man, they didn't get
Do they
nothing.
have like color pictures of inside or no?
I don't think so. You gotta look at some just moving.
This is so sad.
I don't think so.
All lies.
Yeah, they big. It's big. When we first saw it, I was like,
We
wow,
was
this
giving
is
lots of
nice.
money then.
Then y'all gonna have a little parking.
They said y'all we throwing parties in there because it's bigger than y'all Airbnb.
Throwing
that you had your
parties?
birthday
They
party.
said we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
They say y'all
So
should
you
be
ain't gonna be
able
going.
to serve. Yeah,
They said your apartment's too big.
it's
Exciting
beautiful to me.
and nice. So yeah,
You know, my first apartment was a Corway house or something.
and I'm grateful.
A what house?
Build me an apartment because who could say that?
So this was
Cause really, it's 8 bed. It's 8.
Eventually, we're gonna move out of that one because we're gonna want our bigger house, and we were gonna give that to Tisha and the kids. If she
so
ever
this was
decides
the
that she
this
gonna
was
come
the
here for
lie. So they show us all of this, and we believe it. We believe all of this. They showed us the blueprint. They showed us what it's supposed to look like, and we believed all of it. So guess what we did? Oh my God, when we saw the blueprints, guess what we did? We gave even more money to them. All right, let me get these comments. He didn't pay. No, he didn't pay Solomon. He fired him. Remember that? Yes, the older man that made the bounty bar for them. Yep, he fired them. He wanted Kenny to do electrical panel for the work for pennies for free. What? Are you serious, Jam Jars? I get it. Nothing to hide but self-protection. Caterpillar says. Carter Pillars. Hello, MS. How you doing? She's saying hi to TNK. Caterpillar says thanks. Carter Pillars. I'm sorry. Jam Jar says people were happy to see them during the big C, thinking a way out that they, could take advantage of. Many people, exactly. And all they did was sell us a bunch of dreams and a bunch of lies. And visitors were to have round houses. Remember that? With prepared meals served. Remember that? Restaurants, stores, everything. Yeah, Lord have mercy. Yeah. Hey, team member. The condo is a can to make your dough. What? Oh, the condos. Well, they never did do it. It was all a lie. It's a can. Wait a minute. A condo is a can to take your dough. I don't get it. Jam Jar says making people print a whole in color book, wasting ink. But that was money from us. You know, they had got that money from us. So let me show you this next one. That was the blueprint, right? Not only did they play the community, and when I was watching this video today, this is what came to me. I was like, wow, because you could tell the kids were excited in the background, and they really wanted these apartments. But then listen, they played not only us in the community, but they played their own kids. The people got nothing, and guess what? The kids got nothing. So now we're going to talk about this raffle, right? Bag needed money. Let me see if y'all got comments. They needed money, and they needed a lot of money, right? So what did they do? They watched Miss Blacksett, all right? Go watch Miss Blacksett. We need an ideal, because Black Acres ain't got no ideals. We need an ideal. Who we going to watch? Let's go to Miss Blacksett. Let's go see what she doing. and then we're going to steal her idea. Now, according to the story presented on their channel, purchasing land in the Gambia did not go smoothly. No, it did not. I told y'all, they were scammed and they had to end up paying twice as much. They did not have that money. So what did they do? They created that YouTube channel and y'all saw them giving y'all the PayPal, giving y'all everything. But the PayPal and the donations, that wasn't enough. They wasn't getting money fast enough. So they had to do something else. To address financial challenges and continue developing land, they began raising funds through their audience. And this is where the most controversial events connected to the channel occurred. The $100 raffle. All right, let's watch that real quick. And the $100 raffle. Hold on. I'm going to let them introduce it, and then I'm going to come back and tell y'all about it. But this is where Bag made hundreds. I'm talking about they made so much money, I had to report them to the IRS. It was my civic duty to report them. So hold on, let me show y'all. This was the next scam to make money off the people.
Is the Raffle. We're coming close to the end of the Raffle. I'm not sure how long we've had it up, maybe 2-3 months.
Yeah, it's been that long.
And so anyway, we're coming to the end at the end of this month. The 31st October will officially be the last date of this Raffle. We're coming close to the end of the Raffle. I'm not sure how long we've had it up, maybe 2-3 months.
Yeah, it's been that long.
And so anyway, we're coming to the end at the end of this month. The 31st October will officially be the last date of this Raffle.
Oh, yes.
So if you're submitting any funds for this Raffle at the end of October 31st, you will not qualify for this Raffle, okay? So again, you got about like 7 to 8 days left to
Or you have
enter.
up to the 31st. We won't draw until like the 1st, right?
Right, we're talking about the end, sweet mama,
Oh,
when
okay.
the contest end.
Oh, okay. It does end October 31st.
Right, sweet mama.
But you said something different.
Oh, okay, well,
That's
good
okay.
catch. Good catch then, sweet mama.
Okay.
What's up, Amsterdam? Hey, Bag family from California by way of Chicago. Man, we must be related, Cheryl. We must be related and stuff. And so what we want to talk about tonight is we've had such a tremendous amount of success and let me know if he does.
Stop reading that.
Oh, okay. Anyway, guys, requires at least $100 donation for the Raffle, or it could be for something else, and you automatically qualify for the Raffle too and stuff. So you're knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone. But anyway, it's $100 donation, and for every increment of $100, you get a ticket that'll be entered into this big bucket of other people who have donated the same amount or more.
Okay, now that sounds like every time you give $100, you get a ticket. You know how like if you buy $1 raffle, and if I give you $5, my name is going to go in that bucket 5 times. That's what he said, right? But when it came down to pour the winner, that was not the case. Your name only got a chance to go in there 1 time.
To be drawn by James Mack at a predetermined date, okay? And so in order to qualify, again, it's a minimum of $100 to enter that raffle, okay? And Sweet Juicy Mama is gonna talk to you about the different drawings and stuff, okay?
Go ahead. You started this far.
Well, Sweet Mama, the dogs interrupted me. Sorry, you guys hear those dogs and stuff, right?
Yes.
So
y'all bad dog.
yeah, that's your writing. I can't read your writing.
Anyway, the graph, we have 4 that we're gonna draw from. And it's gonna be 4 winners, like we say, the grand prize winner, which would be the round trip for 2 for 7 days, 7 nights. You get t-shirts, hats, all meal plus lodging.
Person hats. I ain't never heard that part.
The first drawing.
Yes, this
Okay.
is the grand prize.
The first drawing, the first grant, yeah, right.
And also you have the transportation from pickup from the airport and then take you around wherever you want to go in the Gambia while you're, the 7 days, 7 nights at the lodging. Now, again, if you say you want to stay for more than 7 days, you are welcome to it. But the only thing after 7 days, you have to pay the other days. But you're welcome to stay as long as you want. Let's say you get your ticket and you want it to be from November to, you can even go all the way to January. That's fine with us. But after the 7 days, you can stay in a bag, or you can go somewhere else outside of bag and find another hotel to stay. That's
Right.
up to you. But we will take care of the 7 days, 7 nights, all meals, lodging, all of that.
And transportation,
Around
the
the Gambia for those
Yeah,
7 days. That's on us.
That's on us.
We never saw that person, y'all. Never. And I told you, Bag collected so much money from this raffle, I couldn't even count it. I couldn't even keep track of how much they were collecting from, because they never showed the records. They never showed it. And if this was a real nonprofit that was taking donations like this, they would show you the records. They would show you their account. They would show you, this is the amount of money we've collected from this raffle. We never knew how much they collected because they refused to tell us.
And let me jump in on too now, guys. Like we said before, you can use this $100 donation that you're using to get into the raffle. You can use that as your escape money.
Mhm.
In other
Listen.
words, if you're the successful person to have your name drawn
Wow.
from the bucket to win the first drawing, which is the grand prize, you can use that money to coordinate getting out of there as
Right.
far as transportation and stuff, okay? And once you're out, the rest is up to you and stuff, but you can use that to coincide with getting out of there. That's a tremendous amount of money to be saved. And this is what we estimate. Did you cover what the estimated value
I
is
didn't.
okay.
Go ahead.
What?
You're supposed to keep going. You don't stop.
I was finished.
He's bad, guys. But anyway, the estimate value of that is 5,000.
That's what our estimated value of that is.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Because you do it.
It's
Okay,
probably
go ahead.
about 5,000, but they weren't
Okay,
going to
the
spend.
second prize.
They were not going to spend $5,000 on you. Not Bag is not worth $5,000. Stay like Steph said. I just looked in the comments. So I don't know if Steph said it or Jam Jars, but stay where? Like they said, where are you going to stay out of Bag? In the guard shack? Because out there, when they had this drawing, they didn't even have a house out there. Where were you going to stay? That was the first question we should have asked. Where am I going to stay? In the guard shack with the rats and the roaches and the snakes?
That'll be the second one would be for two people.
The second drawing. Now we don't already cover the first drawing. The second drawing. Go ahead, sweet mama.
It would be for 14 days or 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Stay at the bag. This is what you.
Listen to this, 14 days or 2 weeks. Y'all know this is a lie. First, you're going to pay for 7 days. Then you're going to pay for 14 days. See, this is how crackhead lies. Fantastic lies. Not even believable lies. These are unbelievable lies. But we believed it. But the problem is we believed it. And we fell for it. And guess what? I believed it. And I fell for it. And I don't even know why. I guess because we wanted to believe it. We wanted to believe it.
Will win.
Mm-hmm.
Meals included for those 14 days.
Right.
Transportation to and from the airport, and you will get a bag gift.
Exactly right.
And we estimate that value at $1,500.
Right.
And it's good for up to 1 year.
Exactly.
You don't have to, but the only thing now, this one with the second prize, you pay your way to the Gambia and back. That's on you.
Wait a minute. Did she
We're
say
just going to pay for the
1,500? She
hotel,
might mean
lodging,
50.
and food.
I think she mean
and all that
15,000.
transport.
Because she said the one was 5,000, but the 14 was 1,500. Is that right, y'all? That seemed like a little bit of. That don't seem like that's enough.
Transport you around in the Gambia to the airport and back.
Now, guys, now let me jump in here again now. Understand that we're melanated people and we love being around melanated people. So we want to go ahead and put out here the disclaimer. You see what I'm saying? We would like for the person to win the contest to be melanated. You know what I'm saying? Because you would enjoy our company, and we likewise would enjoy your company.
And you can't say
we
that.
Don't want other to come in.
You can't have a donation and say that you want melanated people to win when you're taking money from everybody. You can't even say that. These people are just trash can people, and I can't believe we fell for this nonsense. This was just unbelievable.
Here and stuff, you know, you mad at us and we mad at you. That's an awkward position and stuff. Okay, so to alleviate that and stuff, we're saying, hey, we're looking for melanated people to come over here and spend some quality time with us, 7 days, 7 nights, if you are the winner of the first drawing. And likewise, if you're the winner of the second drawing and you get 14 days stay at Bag, you know what I'm saying, what Sweet Juicy Mama was talking about, we'd like for you again to be of melanated content so we can better interact and be jolly and don't have any type of friction between us and stuff, okay?
Right.
It is what it is, and I'm being upfront with you and stuff. Okay?
Wow.
And the third
That's
drawing
ridiculous.
we have will be a gift bag.
Mm-hmm.
A gift
and
bag.
you will get whoever win that, the third winner will get all of the bag merchandise in this big basket.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, everything, discounted services. So when you ever come here to get.
But what a scale down. Just think about that. What a freaking scale down. First you win, the first person got 7 days. Then the second person got 14 days. And the third person gets a basket full of gifts. That doesn't even make sense. It should be like 3 days after that.
Gambia and visit the bag, you will have discount.
Right.
You get a discount.
If you wanted to stay at lodging, you know, apartments should be up by that time. So if you want to stay, you know, you can get a discounted stay at an apartment and stuff.
Right.
Or if you want to eat out there at Bag, you get a discounted amount for food out there. Excuse me. And likewise, if you buy fruits and vegetables and other products and stuff, again, equally, you get a discount and stuff.
There's no
right?
score
So
out
whatever
there.
services or products that we're offering at Bag at that time, when you come over, the discounted merchandise will be available to you and stuff. Okay.
Wow.
Right.
Was that the third drawing, Sweet
You
Mama?
can do the last one. I got to do something.
Okay, then. All right,
This is
guys.
the fourth one.
Okay, and guys, the fourth and final drawing that we'll have at a predetermined date would be okay. I can't read your writing, Sweet Mama, but
It's just as clear as day.
okay, Bag, special shirt, and tree.
That's the turquoise.
What? How
That's-
does that say
okay.
turquoise? What
Everybody-
does it say turquoise on that?
Rick, come on, we on live.
But that doesn't. What does that say turquoise?
Hey, I told y'all, I knew she didn't know nothing.
Otherwise, you're gonna be in trouble.
Okay,
I
whatever.
knew she
Then.
did.
Anyway, she wrote that Bag T-shirt that we had that was a unique color. She says this says turquoise means turquoise, right?
Okay, whatever.
Okay, it's
Wow.
a turquoise T-shirt, guys.
That's
And we'll
sad.
send that to you. We'll handle shipping and handling, and we'll send you an autographed picture of the Bag family. We have everybody's signature on there with the whole family with a picture
And
out there.
none of that
Bag,
happened.
and everybody's signature, and that's an estimated value of $100. Okay, now hopefully you guys understand what's at stake in entering this drawing that ends at the end of this month,
October 31st.
October 31st. Okay, and so these are the official prizes that'll be offered. Now, if we add something additional, we will update you, but we will not take away from this list. We will only sweeten it and make it better and stuff, okay?
So that is the drawing. Now, this drawing was totally an illegal drawing. So when I heard about the drawing, I didn't even think it was illegal. I didn't think anything about it. I wanted to actually donate to it, but I was talked out of it. But that's how much I was a part of what was going on, how sucked in I was to what was going on. So I looked it up because I wanted to know about this raffle. So I asked could you, this raffle that they had, could you have this raffle? And they said, AI said, in most U.S. jurisdictions, what you described is considered an illegal lottery. For profit individuals or businesses, like non-charitable content creators, are generally prohibited from running paid entry games of chance. Legality of paid raffles. Under U.S. law, promotion is classified as a lottery if it contains three elements: prize, chance, and consideration. Now, that was a lottery. You need a license to be a lottery, right? Yeah, you do. You can't run a lottery. So, did this have prizes? Yes. Was it a game of chance? Yes. Was a game of was there a consideration? Was there a payment? Yes, it was. This is illegal for private individuals. Lotteries are strictly reserved for state governments or licensed nonprofit organizations. You see why it was my civic duty to report them? I had to. I took an oath to report people like this. Criminal penalties. Operating on an unlicensed raffle for profit can be treated as illegal gambling, potentially leading to fines or criminal charges. This is how serious that raffle was. And then for you not to even announce a winner, that's when I knew they were full of games. I was like, oh, you can't do that. You can't. Well, I take that back. They did announce 4 winners, but the winners never materialized. We never saw them in person. A sweepstakes, the sweepstakes loophole. To be legal, most private creators must remove the consideration element by offering a free alternative method by entry. They call that an AMOE, which makes it a sweepstakes rather than a raffle. Did they have a free alternative method for entry? No. You had to pay the money, period. One lady, I was watching one video and she didn't have the $100 and she asked if she make payments and they told her no. Number 2, issues for disclosing rules. Remember, there was an issue I told you in the video that if you bought more than $100, some people were paying more than $100. They was paying $100 every month. But they were thinking they were going to get more than one chance to win. And no, they did not. They all got one chance to win, no matter how many times you pay $100. Creators are required by law and platform policies to be transparent about how a winner is selected. Deceptive practices. The Federal Trade Commission prohibits deceptive or misleading statements in promotions. Changing odds. Changing 100 per ticket by limiting users to only one chance, regardless of how many they buy, without clearly stating this, could be considered deceptive trade practice or fraud. Because he said it in one video that you buy as many as you want, but when it came down to the drawing, no ma'am. You got one chance to win. YouTube and other social platforms have strict terms and services requiring the promotions that comply with local laws that clearly state all official rules. All right, so basically, Black Acres, what they did was completely illegal. And if you don't believe me, ask AI yourself. It is free. And AI will tell you that is illegal in every shape, form, or fashion. That was illegal. So, after that illegal activity, they did something else because they still needed money. They still needed money. So what did they do? What was another way? They needed money because they had to pay this land off. All right, and not only did they have to pay this land off, what else did they have to do? They had to pay the land off, and they had to survive. They had no income, so they had to do this. All right, now we're going to look at the renters. We're going to look at a couple of the names, okay, of the people who supposedly won. This is when they announced the winners. What was this date on this video? Let me show y'all. This is when supposedly these winners were selected. But again, we never, to this day, have seen not one of these 4 people. Not one.
All right, looking good then, guys. Looking good. All right. Okay, as soon as we can. Now, this is ain't that amazing, guys? Y'all know we.
Look at that, a bucket. All those hundreds of dollars. I don't know how, like I told you, I couldn't even tell you how much they collected because I lost count. I couldn't keep up with how many hundreds of dollars they were getting. And they did not tell us. And this is what you put the names in. There should be way more names than that can fill up this bucket. It should be a huge, tall, humongous bucket.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Black power. You know.
That's why he laughing.
For the people that say exerting psychological mind tricks and all that good stuff. Hey, no, sweet mama.
All right.
You know, you can say what you want to say, guys. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we know who's legitimate and who's not. Because the people that like to talk rubbish and smack, what are you doing? So anyway, all right. Oh, drum roll.
And
When is it?
Wait a
on
minute,
top
drum roll.
of this, something else I noticed. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tired. Something else I noticed, it's not even full. That bucket is not even full. All those people who gave all that money, that bucket should be full to the top. That bucket's not full.
How that sound, guys? Was that close enough? Oh, somebody said, "Would James be awake?" James, come in front of the camera. Let them know you're
They want
awake.
to say hello to you.
Hello.
Are you awake, James?
Yes.
Okay, then got you then. Now we're gonna get ready to get this look at you on. Okay, guys, we're gonna shake that up. Get up.
Put it in there, grab one, whatever you do.
Now, guys, don't get mad now. I need for somebody to say, "Rick, stop shaking that damn box and draw the ticket." I'm gonna wait till I see that now. Shaking it up now. I want it to be thorough. I'm looking for that comment.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
Come on now. Where does somebody go say, "Hey, stop shaking that damn bucket"? Come on now. Stop now, Rick. Okay. All right then. Okay, here we go.
Yes, they are from Mississippi. Yes. I am from Chicago. They are from Mississippi.
Okay, here we go. All right, James, reach in there. I don't want you to look in there. Just reach in there and grab.
He's not looking, guys.
He's not looking. Okay, read that. Let Jay read that name off.
Wow, say that name.
Nordia Moses.
Nordia Moses.
The grand prize winner.
The grand prize, the first grand prize winner now. And they paid through, what did they pay through? PayPal? PayPal. So if you can see that, I'll put it up there so they can see it and stuff. Can you guys see that?
Nordia
Moses. Okay? So
this is the grand prize
that is the
winner.
first.
Now, I tried to find these people. I couldn't. I could find none of them.
Grand prize winner, guys. So if you're watching Nordia Moses, please let us know so we can verify your melanin content. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll talk details offline. So if you're watching this, please let us know so we can contact you. So let's please write that down.
First grand prize.
That's the first grand prize. All right.
Rick, what you want to do with the other one?
Okay. What you want to do with the other?
Okay, I'm talking about your children.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well,
you can
James,
answer. We're gonna just go through this right quick.
okay. Well, James, thank you and stuff.
Thank
If
you
wanna
so
say-
much. If you want to come back,
If you want to say goodbye to
you
the
want to
people,
say congratulations,
Yep.
Nordium
yep.
Moses, if you
You
like.
can.
You can.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Congratulations, Nordia Moses.
All right. Thank you, James. Thank you very
We'll
much for
call you
helping us out
back
and
if you
stuff.
need again. Okay.
All right, then.
Thank you so
All right,
much,
guys. Now
James.
that was so exciting. How that feel, sweet mama?
It feels really
That feel really
good,
great to me.
guys.
Because, guys, you know, I feel so awestruck to know that we had such a grand outturn and output of people wanting to spend 7 days and 7 nights with us. You know, we feel honored. You know what I'm saying? Now, if nobody would have entered the contest, would have been Rasta Man. Would have felt like, hey, you know, no.
Now remember, while they're running this raffle, there's no place to stay at Black Acres. There's no house out there. There's no hotel out there. There's no apartments out there. The only thing out there is the guard shack. So where were these people going to stay? At the guard shack? This is so, when we look back, this is so ridiculous. It's so easy to see that this was nothing but a scam, in my humble opinion. This cannot be real because you're telling people they won a raffle to come stay at your place, but you don't even have a place out there. You don't even live out there. You made your poor son live out there with nothing and got mad because he got tired of living out there like a wild animal. Who would let their child live out there like that and make him do it? They made that boy live out there like that. Black Acres is just horrible.
Nobody really said, hey, well, you know, who the heck are you guys? You know what I'm saying? But we felt honored that people wanted to spend some quality time with us and be part of this movement and stuff, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, we got a lot of guys, if you read between the lines, we got a lot of people that are coming in from the diaspora and stuff. And
every day.
Coming in. Matter of fact, out at Black Acres of the Gambia, you know, on the last video, we probably had about maybe 10, 20 people out there and stuff. A lot of, you didn't see them all because a lot of people didn't want to be on the camera. And we respect that and stuff, okay? If you don't want to be on the camera, you know, we won't put you in the camera. You know what I'm saying? If you don't mind your voice being heard, then, you know, you can talk, you know, from afar, but we won't put you on the camera because everybody's situation is different. And some people don't want to be in front of the camera because things aren't quite right, escaping from where they're leaving and stuff. And so we respect that and stuff, okay? So again, now a lot of y'all that are here weren't able to participate in the activities out at BAG this last time, all the people that we took. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so this week, you know what I'm saying, we'll be taking a bunch of more people out there with us and stuff, okay? And if you don't make that second group,
I have never known them to have any
always
activities out at Black Acres. Never. So I have no clue what they're talking about. These activities out at Black Acres, never. They always promised they were having activities, but they never had any activities out there. They don't have any. At this point in time, people, there's nothing out there but the guard shack. Remember that while he's talking. And that's why he keeps looking at her so she can co-sign his lie. Because this is just lie. These are blatant. You can't even, if somebody say, sir, produce the picture of what was out there at this time when you were making all these promises to these people, he's going to produce nothing but barren land. Okay? That's all that was out there. Where are we supposed to do all of this stuff at?
Bunch of groups and stuff. And that's Sweet Juicy Mama's brainchild, because you said rather than meet with 30 or 20 different people at 20 different times, we just put them all together and meet them at one time.
Yeah, we have another, the young man, his mom brought him here, or rode the plane with him over here last week, but she has went back to America,
right?
And he's still here, and he's actually going to go back to BAG with us tomorrow. Right. He wants to go.
Right, and guys,
And he's actually doing some work out there.
He's doing some work and stuff, and he's, believe it or not, he's motivating James.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't know who this
look like
is.
James and stuff.
Yeah.
We don't know who this is. I have no clue who this person is. But what we do know is he ain't there no more.
Anyway, he's out there, and he's on the payroll, and he's excited and stuff. And, you know, the sky's the limit. He wants to learn the operation bottom up.
Yeah.
This is the best time.
And actually, he just got his apartment today, too. Congratulations.
Right.
You know who I'm talking about, God.
Yeah.
He was excited when I saw him today. Come on, put this up.
Okay, I'm gonna let
Playing games.
I'm gonna let
Messing on my made-up box.
This is what I'm perplexed about. Why isn't the bucket full? All those people gave all that money. That bucket is not full of names. That bucket is not full of names.
Come on,
Y'all
guys.
with us, guys, in unison.
Black man. Come on, put this up.
Okay,
Look, that's not full at all. You mean to tell me that? No, this was all a scam from the beginning. Look at this. Wow, that's sad.
Playing games. Messing on my made-up box.
These people are dirty, crooked people. They stole our money, y'all. They stole our money and laughed in our face.
Okay, anyway.
Come on, Raheem.
Wow.
Get in there and get
Don't-
one. Do not look at it.
This is
Third
so-
grand prize winner, guys.
This is so sad.
Third grand prize winner.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Wow, okay.
His name is Delmar Bennett.
Bennett. You're the third drawing winner and stuff, okay?
Delmar
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Cash app.
Right. Please identify yourself and make contact with us so we can make contact with you to verify.
No Delmar Bennett. Nobody heard from him. Nobody saw him. See, when you do stuff like this, you got to have pictures of the winners getting the prizes. You got to show proof that you gave these people these prizes. They ain't showed us nothing. We ain't seen not one winner. And it's been, I don't know how many years. Not one single winner. Do you hear me? Not one.
Verify your melanin content and stuff, okay? We got two
crazy.
more drawings to go, two more to go and stuff, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway,
I
who's
can't
next?
believe we failed for this.
Okay then, guys, would y'all object if I just kind of cut the chit chat and we just roll right into the last two, and then we can go ahead and start talking after that? What y'all say?
Come on, man.
Keep it going or just keep talking.
I just want to read the comment.
Congratulations, Delmar. Yes.
Oh,
yes,
somebody
yes,
said
yes.
do it. Erica Miller said do it. Okay.
Do it, do it,
Here we
do
go.
Black Acres of the Gambia.
See, red. Guys, do y'all know what the red stand for? The red stand for in lucky contestant winner.
Ah.
And the
I
fourth,
don't know how to say this name,
wow.
but it's Ferocious MGTOW.
Right, now I know that's an alias. You know what I'm saying? That ain't a real name.
That's not a real
That's
name.
a
is it?
username and stuff, but
But
that
this
is
is the
the
fourth.
fourth contestant winner and stuff, okay?
Yes.
That is the fourth winner. And please make contact with us if you're watching this video.
All right.
So again, we can verify your melanin content. You know what I'm saying? So
And that's illegal also. So they pretty much did this fake raffle that we can all tell is fake now. You know, we never seen a winner. The bucket's not even full of names. You know, it's just ridiculous. No one ever claimed the prize. Nothing. Nothing. We saw nothing at all. Nothing. Nothing did we see. So, you know what? I was going to try to put in, I think I'm going to have to shorten tonight because we're on 2 hours and 18 minutes and I can't keep going like this. So I have to get to what I think we're going to get to tonight. We're going to go to the plaques, the $100 plaques. This was another way they made a huge sum of money. And then we're going to go next week. we're going to go back to Black Acres, and we're going to start with the war. How did the war start between me and Black Acres? What happened? You know, and I'm going to show you in the videos how they were even talking about me in front of my face, and I didn't even know it. I didn't even know it. This is how evil these people are, and setting things up against me. Smiling all up, Black Acres will smile all up in your face and stick knives all in your back. So let me get these comments. Then we're going to look at one more video of the $100 plaques. And after we watch that, then next week we're going to come back and we're going to start with what happened between me and Black Acres. Because after we started the war, after the war started, because it was a war, it was a really bad war. After that war started, Black Acres lost a lot. See, that's why you have to be careful who you go to war with. You got to weigh the odds and say, is it worth it? Especially if I know I'm dirty. If I know I'm dirty, I'm not going to war with anybody. No one. But Black Acres forgot they were dirty. So they decided they wanted to go to war with me, and it got ugly. So we're going to start with that next week, but tonight we're going to finish up with this other way that they made their money. So let me get your comments. What was the lady name who fell on hard times? And I'm sorry, team member said raffles are scams. And this person said that MSMJ said, did we ever see the house they built for themselves? No. They only show a little bit. They showed it on their Patreon. I don't know if they even show it on the Patreon, but they don't show us the house. I know the walls and the roof fell in. I know that. I don't know what the house looks like now. I think I seen a little bit of the kitchen, and it was the how they have nice tile. It had some nice tile, but I really couldn't see anything. We really couldn't see much of anything. So that's how the house isn't right. Because if it was right, they would be showing us every single thing. Raffles are our scams. Be prepared to never win. Jam Jar says, okay, we talked about that. Oh, what was the lady name that they refused to help, but they refused, who asked them for help, but they refused to help? Now, I believe I never heard, I only heard that was Anja Africa. Now, that's what I heard, that the lady who passed away, y'all know the lady who passed away, who said people were trying to kill her, Anja Africa, unalive her. The word on the Gambian streets is that she was the one who needed a place to stay, and she was homeless, and Black Acres told her no. Now, that's what I heard. And we remember Cynthia made a video about it. She said that people must be crazy to think that they're going to let them come out there and stay on that land, and they're not even staying out there. And this person, whoever it was, I heard that the person said they was willing to stay in the guard shack. They was willing to work out there, to pay their way by working on the land. They didn't expect any wages. They were just, paying for a place to stay because they really need help. Now, if Black Acres was truly the community that they were pretending to be, wouldn't they have went for that? There was nothing wrong with that. I thought that was a great idea. But no, they refused to let whoever that person was. Again, I heard it was Anja Africa, and they refused to let her stay. Okay. The raffle, then, the personal name plaques and the place, yep, that's what we're about to go to now. Not qualify what? Yes. Back, okay. London lady says she's back. Okay. Around 7 days and 7 nights. Round trip is 7 days and 7 nights. Yes. Meals, transportation, all of this. But yeah, like she said, stay where? Where are you going to stay? That's what I want to know. They barely had their own transportation. Exactly, Edra. Tour the Gambia on them. Yeah. Straight face line. Exactly. That's exactly what they did. And we believed it. Stay where at Bag in the guard shack? Yes. That's where we had to stay. he thought of another lie and to add. And that's why he was looking at her, because he know he lying. Value drum roll. That's why he looking at her, because he know he lying. The guard shack was a crazy mess. It was. But what that was the only thing out there. So if they ever went to court, somebody ever took them to court, and the first thing they'll say is, where did you intend for the guests to stay? What is he going to say? They're going to say, did you intend for them to stay in the guard shack? Because there was nothing else out there. So where were these people supposed to stay for these 7 days and 14 days? Second drawing scam. Plus look where they recording the video. They haven't even moved out. No, they have not. We're still staying in the rental. It's just so sad to me that we did not even see at that time, because we didn't want to see it. The only reason we didn't see Black Acres of the Gambia were scammers is because we did not want to see it. There were people telling us, UN was telling us, it was another guy, I forgot, I think his name was Laman. I forgot his name. He was called Scammers of the Gambia, or Gambia Scammers or something. But he was another one. Then there was a channel called Bad Apples of the Gambia. That channel was gone now. But it was people. It was people all along trying to tell us that these people were not right. And we did not believe any of it. We did not believe any of it. It was right in our face all the time. Yep. London Lady says she never believed it. All right, so now I want you to look. Then after the raffle winner, like again, we never saw this raffle winner. They never interviewed the raffle winner. There was no confirmation video. There was no message from the winner. There was nothing. And that's when people didn't even start questioning that then. It was much later that they began to question things. All right. But right after that, guess what they did? It wasn't a raffle anymore. It was, oh shoot, hold on, we've seen that part. It was, let me go down some more. They decided they weren't going to do the raffle because people were saying it was a scam and that you can't do that. But guess what they did instead of that? They decided the safe thing to do is to sell them something. All right, so now they're going to sell us something, right? They can sell it to us for as much as we want to. It's up to us if we buy it. And you know what I just noticed? Look, remember Bagger Studios? That was another one of their projects. So I didn't even know they were putting this silly Bagger Studios on their videos. But so this video is by Bagger Studios, all right? Oh, wait a minute. Let's get past all that.
Family. Want to give you another update. Hello, Bag family. Want to give you another update on what we're doing with the Usumbuda Wall of Fame. That right there is our security house, the first structure.
Now, that's all that's out there. All right, and the chicken house
that you'll encounter coming through the front gate. And this right here, excluding the wooden fence, because the wooden fence is an expansion area, so that's why it's not concrete. But this is where we'll actually start the Usumbuda Wall of Fame. This would be plastered, and we'll start sticking plaques up here from people who contribute to have their name stuck on the wall. And it'll be indefinite. The Four Seasons or nature will not mess with it because it'll have 4 screws in it, and we'll mount it into the wall. We'll screw it into the wall. So this right here is where to start. I don't know how many of plaques we can get on this right here, but I think starting from here, going all the way down, and here's the road right here, okay? So this right here is basically an 8 to 10 meter wide road where people that come to visit us can either actually come and see their own plaque on the wall, you know what I'm saying, without interrupting traffic, or when we update it on a video showing that this person contributed or donated to the cause.
Now just look at the wall though. Look at the quality of the wall. The wall looked like it's about to fall over. And I think this wall did fall over because they put up a brand new wall. For the first time, they put a wall fence around all of Black Acres. And it took them 8 years. I don't know how many. I shouldn't say 8 years because they didn't they took them about 8 years because right after they got there, they started buying this land. So they should have put the fence around there then, but they didn't. They put them little sticks. So you can't tell me that this raggedy fence is still up. This fence is probably knocked down. In this new video, Black Acres, I haven't even seen the Usambura Wall of Fame anymore. Have you guys seen it? Because I sure haven't.
You can see it that way also, okay? And it's gonna go all the way down. And let me know what y'all think, guys. I think we can fill that wall up in 3 to 6 months. 53,000 subscribers. I know we can get them all on this wall right here. Now here's the gate right here, the main entrance into Bag, coming from the main junction. We won't stick anything on there other than Bag's logo. Saying welcome and thank you, come again. That's my Indian voice, guys. All right. And see how to go all the way down. Now, depending on the outcome of this campaign, we might do something different on the seaside. We might do something different. We want to put supporters on the inside, and on the outside, as you're coming in, you'll be able to see the ancestors who paved the way for us to do what we're doing nowadays. And just a handful of them, the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, the Honorable Malcolm X, the Honorable Thurgood Marshall in America, the Honorable
Let me just get to the wall because this man, ain't nobody trying to hear all your lies, Rick. Okay, he ain't even showing it on this one. Hold on, let me go get another one. This one he ain't showing it on here. All right, hold on. Let me go get another one. So this one he's not showing it on here. So this wall, this was shortly after the Hall of Fame. Okay, I mean, not the Hall of Fame. This was shortly after the raffle. All right, but everybody was complaining about the raffle. So they knew they couldn't do the raffle again. Okay, they knew they couldn't do that. But they needed to do something where they could get some money right away, right? So they came up with this Wall of Fame. So you heard him selling y'all on this Wall of Fame, and he showed you the wall, and this don't even look like the wall. Hold on, let me show y'all. This don't even look like, oh, yes, it do, but they put something on it. Hold on, let me show it to y'all. They look like they put some kind of cement coating, painting, or whatever. I don't know what it is. Put something on it, but you can see those little, okay, hold on. So this is it. This is the $100. See, this was the part of the fence that was sticks. And then this was the Hall of Fame. All right. So they have all of these you see is 100. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he has 5 rows of 5, 5 rows of 10. All right. So right there he does. And then on this side, it's the same. So I guess I can't do it in my head, y'all. I'm too sleepy right now. But each one of those are $100. Okay. Then he has some he hasn't even put up yet. All right. So let's hear what he's saying now.
We got a next stack of names up and mounted. I want to just go by and let you see your name on the wall, guys. And we still have some more that are at the I guess the designer or the maker of these plaques. And we made some adjustments. As Sweet Juicy Mama told you, on the plaques, we had a representative of what they would look like, and we showed it to y'all. And then once we paid the money, the contractor reduced the size of them. So you'll see some of the screws that are offset. So anyway, let's see if you see your name up here and stuff. And he still has about 50 more to go, the designer. So right now, we've just crossed the 150 mark, guys. Let's see if we could double and quadruple that number, because once we stop with the Usumbuda Wall of Fame, guys, and if we decide to run this campaign again, it would not be for the small price of what you're donating right now and stuff, or contributing to our cause, okay? It would not be that price. 100% guaranteed is going to increase and stuff. So anyway, let's go ahead and run through the names right quick. Right there, there's Stanley Shelton, Phoenix Complex, Anthony Smiley. You can look at them. Ron Ross, Richard Adams. Okay. And a lot of these guys, we asked the people for their address or name, and we just went with the information that was readily available or what they cared to give us and stuff, okay? We didn't press them. All right. So if you see your name up here, guys, we want to thank you again for contributing to, I like this one here now, Patrick Donovan Giles, Jamaica Victoria Jubilee, Kingston.
See, this is 2000.
Right. So Moses
2022.
Jr. If you see your name, guys, Valerie.
So all these people paid $100. Valerie paid 100, Santana paid 100, Joseph,
all right,
Kenneth Burley. I've seen that name before.
Great job, Samuel.
I hear I said that's how you know I'm
Larry
speaking.
Wilson, USA.
Delani Lopez, Alfred Sims. All these people paid $1 to be hung up on this wall. $1. I paid $100.
As soon as we get them from y'all and find the discrepancies, we turn it into him, so he could do what he got to do and get it back to us and stuff.
Wow.
You know, up to this date, and we've been here in country almost 6 years, projects have rarely, if ever, ran as we planned. Benny Myers of Mayors, Queen Village, New York. I hope you're safe, brother, in New York. I know we just come back from the U.S., but now she's in calls.
All these people paid $100. Okay, we're gonna go back. We ain't gonna look at this, but all these people paid,
like I said before,
$100. This was their latest. This was probably the last time they did any big kind of raffle or any kind of big $100 thing, because people were beginning to question at this point. All right, this is when the people were like, "Wait a minute." Look how little these plaques are. Look how raggedy that wall is. And you're charging people $100 to do that. So this is, at this point, people are beginning to question, but people are still following them. People are still defending them. People are still, if Black Acres tell them to go to war against somebody, they are doing it. Even though it is clear at this point that Black Acres is nothing but a bunch of scammers. They went from one grift to the next grift. All right, so we're going to get your comments, and then we got to go for tonight, because we've been on here 2 hours and 38 minutes, and I'm just getting sleepy, y'all. They don't even have a working bathroom. Nadia came to her senses and left. That's right, MJ. They don't even have a working bathroom. So where were you going to stay? Where was the prize winner going to stay with no working bathroom? Edra says bamboo vegetables the dogs pee on. Yeah, exactly. Jam Jar says 2 people, 14 days and 2 weeks stay, meals, transportation, bag, left 1,000. That's not enough money. That is not enough money. Oh, sure did, MJ. Team member says easily led the wrong direction, hard to be led in the right direction. Yep. MJ says, I thought Nadia moved with a guy. Did she? But I know she's gone. There they go with the rape. They always do that. And people are just, dumb people just fall for it. We love melanated people. Yeah, we love the money, right? They love people who fall for that emotional trick. Trash can people, because they are, honey. Straight out the trash can. Because they have no white people will have the power to sue them in Gambia, because they know the white people will have the power to sue them in the Gambia. That's why they ain't dealing with them. Bag merchandise. Right, what bag merchandise? Them little t-shirts. Remember them little t-shirts? MJ says, yuck. What does it say? Savan says, 737 says, all human beings possess, but honey, they don't know that. They don't know that, honey. Jam Jar says, gift bag of merch, discount service. This was all lies. Y'all, this was the worst lies I've ever heard of in my whole life. It was just lie after lie after lie. Edger, remember the misprinted t-shirts the help eventually wore as uniforms? What did the t-shirts say, y'all? Where was they misprinted? What did they say? I remember the t-shirts, and then all of a sudden, I remember people working in them. So what did the t-shirts say? Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm tired. Oh, God, forgive me. MJ says, don't miss the movie Bag Studios. She can't read her right. You could tell by the way she speaks, she can't read her right. Welcome to another Kiki Last Nigeria. We're glad you're here. Please give the video a like and consider subscribing. Join the chat and share your thoughts. Alrighty then. Jam Jar says, 4th and final bag t-shirt, unique color. Shipping and handling free, autograph photo. It just got ridiculous. It just got Amway flunkies. It just got ridiculous. MJ says, did she finish her accelerated school? She ain't finished no school, honey. And illiterate and want folks to follow them to Africa. Right. You could tell she's illiterate. You could tell by the way she speaks English. She's illiterate. And she just needs to stop. Man, she's just crazy. She just cracks me up, man. No, she never learned to speak. Just drool. Drool. Ooh. Oh, excuse me. No, she didn't. Her English is horrible. Oh yeah. Can we get the likes up, please? Can we please get the likes up, y'all? Come on, please, y'all. Please get the likes up. 106 people in here. It was almost 120 people in here a minute ago. Come on, y'all. Please get the likes up. Hey there. How you doing? It's good to see you. Everybody's saying hi. I'm getting sleepy. Welcome, Miss Aretha. Hey, O'Shea, how you doing? All they do is scam. Shake, honey, yes, that's all they do. How you been, O'Shea? We miss you. And thank you for the gift. You're so sweet. You always come bearing gift. Yeah, our IRS doesn't like it when income isn't reported and applicable taxes have not been paid. Exactly. Especially when you're acting as a charity and you're not a charity and you're taking this type of money. Oh no, they don't like that at all. They don't go for that at all. Yeah, that was nice, O'Shea. Thank you. She said, hey, Edra. What you been doing, O'Shea? The Wall of Fame. Yeah, remember that the Wall of Fame was crazy. Oh, he got the flag backdrop now. Okay. That's okay. I'm glad you arrived. It's amazing how they deflect. Yes, that's what's all they do. That's all they do. All right, y'all. Even wrapped a bucket in. But the bucket wasn't even halfway filled up. You know how many people donated to that? Bad. Yeah, that was horrible what they did. Black scammers of the Gambia. Yep, that's exactly what they are. Got money and they're excited now. Wow. He had my mom duped buying shirts. Yeah, I know. Cap sending money. A big whole mess. What a difference time and exposure makes. See, that's why I do all this. Because I know. Because my mother was that type. She would give you, I mean, you could, oh God. She would just give people stuff, and there's nothing wrong with giving people stuff. But at some point, people will use you. And they don't realize when people are using them and take advantage of them. Kiki, what amount did you stop counting? Oh, it was over $100,000. It was well over $100,000. I had got to almost $500,000. That's where I stopped. I got confused at $500,000. Because remember, they were taking it on Cash App. They were taking it on PayPal. They were taking it in so many different ways. And I could not even keep up with it. So I didn't know. And they would tell us some of it, but Black Acres got almost $500,000 from us. I believe in my heart that they have collected almost $500,000, including that raffle, including that what is that one thing? The one, what you call it? The plaques. And then just people just constantly giving them donations. Yeah. They got almost $500,000 from us easy. $500,000, almost $500,000, if not more. Because remember, they don't tell us. They refuse to tell us how much money they were making. They refuse. Sounds like a made-up name. It is a made-up name. This is loud talking in the first. This is the loud talking and first smile. What? Sent hand. What? Norda or the daughter Nadia. Exactly. Where is she today? She's in California, I think. One of her videos just came on my thing today. She's in California and she is working on some kind of weed growing farm. Yeah, that's what I said. Made up names and they written them themselves. That's what I said. I said, oh, these are made up names. The video needs to go to the IRS. I gave them the links. I gave them everything. So all they had to do was just click on the links. Yeah, I gave them everything. I gave them the YouTube channel. I gave them the links to the videos. Everything. Yep, everything. And the thing about the IRS is that the IRS has nothing but time. You know what I mean? And I'm sure they have these people's information already because of this child support stuff. So excited Rick feels. What? I can't see that part. Just swap land out there. Yeah, it is. The winners are non-existent. No, they weren't. He was going to put them in the chicken coop. I guess so. I guess that's what they were supposed to stay at. Did you show them their housing? No, which housing? I don't have any images of their housing. They showed me their housing when they were building it when I was out there, but we don't have images of their housing. My understanding was that they were going to provide round-trip tickets, 7 days and nights, hotel stay, along with food. Who won? That Nadia, yeah, her. It's probably the name they made up. It is. Exactly. Because we never seen her. And then somebody was supposed to win for 14 days and 14 nights. The second prize winner won more than the grand prize winner. Activities probably involve digging their land. Wow. Never one activity. He talked about a cookout, no cookout. Still shaking my head. That's what I'm saying. He don't have no activities out there. He's lying. They make it seem like it's a community. You know, I gotta fire up this grill. We gonna have this. No, he don't. They don't. Those people are what is that? They don't like. They're antisocial. They don't like you to be around them. They don't like to be around people because they figure people are going to figure them out, making up lies as they speak. That's exactly what they do. They got rid of him quick. And they never showed him either. I remember them saying something like the guy want ownership, equity, or a bigger role. I don't have their words. MJ says, sweet juicy mama, just think about that. Referring to his, I know. Can you believe that? That's just so disrespectful. Because he's disrespectful. But they're kids. These people are very immature. They never grew up. I'm telling you, they're at the very first level of development. Very first level. Because you see how Brick wants to separate everything into race. Everything is about race. And no, it is not. Some things are about your behavior. Some things are about the decisions that you make. And you have to hold yourself accountable. But that's something he does not ever believe in. Scheming and lying. And look how big that card was. Scamming and lying. Yeah, that's what they do. Yes, they're nothing but scammers. Both daughters got Lebanese men. See? Scamming to build that house on quick. Yes, that's what they were doing, scamming to build that house. They did not have the money to build that house. And y'all know all the problems they ran into building that house and the problems they are still running into to build that house. The only reason they're not scamming now is because they got they probably still are scamming a little bit, but those, y'all know those trailers we see out there. People send their trailers, who have their trailers, they go and store them on Bag, and Bag gets paid for that. So they got a little steady income now. That's why they don't need to scam us so much now. Yeah. You didn't know they'll both go with they love Lebanese men. They sure do. They think they're wonderful. Jam jars. They never should showed them actually doing anything for the supposed winners. The winners never came. The winners never called. The winners never wrote. The winners never did nothing. They closed their Cash App later that night. See? Should be Gordon Bennett or Leslie Avenue. Who is that, London lady? We don't know them people. I heard of Gordon Bennett. I think he's a comedian, right? Not even a video making a phone. No video calling them saying they won or nothing. I guess they assumed they was watching the show. Scammers stay invading. Yep. They so happy. Yeah, they was. Lynette says, if the person wasn't melanated, would they have given them their money back? Exactly. No, they would have kept it. Shirley says, it may have been Duke from Exodus America. From Exit America. I think their name is right. From Exodus family. Is that what you're talking about? But Duke stayed after his mom and them went back. No, Duke went over there with the family. And then when his mom went back, remember, Duke stayed. And then that's when Duke started hanging out there at Bag with the son after his family was gone. Third grade, can't take mama. I never paid people. People are gullible, London lady says. The winners' names are made up. Yep. Lynette says, WIF us. Yep. Savannah says, couldn't find an African to date, I guess. Edra's laughing. Savannah saying bye bag bye. Lynette is saying these names are made up. Yeah, they are. Ruggish is her name. What? London Lady says any pay or cash app payments would have email links. So they should have been able to contact the winners, but they didn't exist. Exactly. Exactly. Because you should have contacted the winner after you announced it. Ruggish, we didn't hear nothing. Exactly. I'm still in the disparadise. Disparadise. What? Oh my God. MJ says the video, a few and far between as of late. Yep. Maybe no electricity, no transportation. Oh, you're right. I forgot about that. And that is it. There is a problem. They did have a problem with both of them. You're absolutely right. Life without limits. How you been? Hello, everybody. I'm late to the party. We just glad you made it to the party, girlfriend. We had to pay $20 to see the house in their Patreon, then not $5. That kitchen was huge. Okay, I seen something about the kitchen. What did the house look like? And see why you need a huge kitchen and your kids is grown. See how silly she is. She's that's what I told y'all. Low level of development. I'm still back in time. I'm not even in present tense. My kids are grown. You don't need a big kitchen when your kids are grown. You don't need a big old house when your kids are grown. Just like that guy on the guy video I posted about Kenza. Y'all need to listen to what that dude was saying. That dude was saying some deep stuff. We might have to react to that video because what he was saying, it was scary. And this was a Ghanaian dude saying what he felt about it and how he felt like Kenza was in danger, messing with the super shorty dude, and how them type of dudes are just known for certain things in their country. It was really interesting. I shared it on my community chat tab. So if you get a chance, if you haven't checked it out, check it out, because this guy is really warning her about this super shorty dude and what they do to these older women. Like he said, after, if you don't pass away soon enough, if you take too long to pass away, they help you pass away. So check out that video. Yeah, it is very sad. Fresh Prince of Wakanda. Remember, they are still in King. Yeah, remember that? Sally, Africans will never accept Black American. No. Yes, Harmon, I'm African. Are you married? Okay, good. Just drags the boy. BS Mary. What's BS Mary? What is BS Mary? Do you know what BS means? Please, African Americans don't move to Africa, especially Ghana. Women they are getting unalived. Wall of Fame, honey, wasn't that hilarious? Their latest video shows I know, Jam Jars, they just put that wall up. Yes, that wall was raggedy. They got a new wall. See, they're getting money from those. I'm gonna show y'all next week when we look out there. Whenever y'all look and see those trailers. Those trailers that you see out there, every time you see a trailer out there, they're getting that. Those trailers are paying rent to be on that land. He really thought he was gonna flip up and long tail well. Okay, y'all, we got to get off here. It's almost 3 hours. Thinking of lies and speaks. Yep. Honorable. Yep. They're nothing but liars. That's all. They've lied this whole time to us. Look there, y'all, the whole time, and we've been falling for it. I thought they built a house out there. They did, but they don't show it to us unless you're on Patreon. And she said, Jam Jars, or who said that? They had to pay $20 to see it. The plaques were placed at the far where the neighbor's cow stomped through. Yeah, you see that? $15,000. No, he had more than that. He had way more than that. Look how small. Because when I got finished with them and I was counting them, I was up at 21 when I stopped. And he was still taking money. He had some he hadn't even put up yet. Look like Post-it notes. It does. Don't mess with the new season of survival. Stuck out at bags. Survival off the raggedy and broke. Yep. There were more than 2 walls at the end. Exactly. It was. That's why I'm like, that's not. They had more than that, y'all. It was a lot. It was. It was more than 2. Because remember, he took some down. He said he took them down because of the rain or something, and he had to put them back up. All right, the list of gullible people, all the suckers, all the melanated suckers, none of the winners' names from the raffle. Nope. Notice the names on the plaques make sense. The raffle names were made up, I'm convinced. Yep, I am too. You're right. All of them make sense because Black Acres had like older people, and they didn't have all them crazy, silly names like that. Are the newest season of Lost out of bags? Yep. Y'all act like y'all donated a whole lot of money. That was a whole lot of money. For some people, that was a whole lot of money. Almost $500,000. That is a lot of money in donations. And for us to get nothing, we got nothing out of that. We'll never know how much they got. The IRS would have to dig around and find out because they were getting money from so many different sources. They were getting money from Patreon. You could donate on Patreon. Then you could donate on Cash App. What was they do? Then they tried to do a GoFundMe, but the GoFundMes kept getting shut down. Yes, Steph, I would have. Okay. Yeah, they were always getting shut down. Remember, they wanted to remember that they were going to charge us $20 to go out there. They only had 1 or 2 solar panels. Yep. So they probably were having electricity problems. That's true. I remember that too. They were trying to sell bag T-shirts with some odd says printed with the same odd prints. That bucket was. Oh, don't say that. T&K, don't say that. They still have a channel. Yeah, I stopped watching. Yeah, they still got a channel. Don't nobody watch it though. It's very few people watch. Yeah, very few people watch. Black Scammers of the Gambia. Exactly, Bree. That's what they do. Then he should be able to pay that child support. Well, see, that's another thing. I don't think the channel and none of that stuff is in his name. That stuff is in her name. Tax-free, but still don't have anything worth talking about. Right. Yeah. I wonder if there are any left for that bail money. Nope. Remember, they had to get that bail money together too. The only welcome, but that wasn't a lot of, they only welcome people bearing gifts, Steph says. Bree says, I remember when my friend was living in the Gambia and his great mechanic, and they said they needed a mechanic, but they never responded to my email. I was on live with them and they ignored me. Oh, wow. Whoa. And he was struggling and needed help, and they ignored it, which was a red flag to me. And I wasn't going to just send them a dime. Oh, wow. That's messed up, Bree. They like to use workers with limited skills to get out of paying people for their work. Wow, Steph says. MS says, Rick and Umar Johnson are scammers under the Pan-African. Yep, exactly, Bree says. Rick is scamming under the Pan-African banner, just like Umar Johnson, MS says. Right, he sure is. Leaky, moldy house. That's what it is, and it's crumbling. Yes, the video was shared. I watched. He was really honest with her. Yes, Let's do a video reaction to the we are. Yeah, we'll do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that because next week, not this week, but next week, the week after, like this week, and then the week after that, I'm on spring break. So during that week, I'm gonna do some videos during the week, and we'll get it then. Because that video was just, yeah, she needs to wake up and she needs to realize that this is not a game. She's playing with her life. And like he said, they're going to get tired of you. And if you don't pass away soon enough for them, they're going to help you pass away. And like he said, after a while, him and his little friends going to be robbing her. They probably already robbing her now. Yeah, I am so sleepy. They sure do. She said the comments look like, Steph said the comments look like Chinese to me. Oh my God, they do, y'all. They do. They look just like Chinese. I'm like, oh God, what does that say? Oh God, yes. I also noticed Nicole. Oh God, the crazy lady. She's back in Ethiopia. I feel like she had not got back because I feel bad energy there. She got sick because they were using witchcraft on her. I'm so happy she left. Oh, Bree. Let me read that again. I feel like she should have not gone back because of the bad energy there. She got sick because they were using witchcraft on her. I am happy she left. Oh, you like her. Oh, that's good. You like her, Bree. Looks like $10,000 on those walls. No, that ain't all of them. ES says she got malaria. Oh, that's what's wrong with her, honey. Oh, honey, she could have got that from anywhere. But anyway, all right, y'all. We're done for tonight. That was fun. We'll be back on here next week. We're going to finish with Black Acres. Where are they now? And then we'll do another series on Where Are They Now? But we're going to talk about, I think his name is Nana. We're going to talk about his video because that video was crazy. Super Shorty riding a low profile red Charger with tinted windows. Whose car is that? Is that a rental car? Please don't tell me that is his car. Because Kenza looks like a fool in that car. I seen that car. I said, is that a rental car? I'm so confused why Kenza, because you know it's hard for her to get out of that car. Can you imagine her getting out of that car? Oh, and y'all know what? Before we hang up tonight, Jam Jars, whose car is that? Is that his car or is that a rental car? Hey, yeah, we got a problem in our community. This is a serious problem. Somebody who was on our show is accused of owing another repat member money and ignoring her and not paying the money. And this money was for a business deal. Okay. They were supposed to do some business for one person, one repat, and the repat didn't do well. Well, it was just they weren't satisfied with the work. They wanted to end the contract. They wanted to revise the contract. And the other person decided they did not want to do that. Well, anyway, there's a court ruling, but the person is not paying the money. So I was contacted about that. And we're going to have to talk about that, y'all, because we know this person. I was contacted because we know this person. This person has been on our show. And this person we thought were cool, and there's an issue with this person again. So we're going to have to talk about that too. It's the fact that he has no need. Is the fact that he has one need, a 4x4 Jam Jar says. Good night. Oh, sorry. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh, this is horrible. Good night, everyone. Don't forget to hit the like button. We're almost done for the night. Please make sure your notifications are turned on and hit the like, subscribe. All right. And thank you for stopping by tonight. I really enjoyed your company. We had a great time. Thanks for joining Kiki Loves Nigeria. Hope you enjoyed the content and the chat. Please subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you all next week. Bye, 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 bye. Oh, I can't wait. Who is it? You said I can't wait. Who is it? I want you guys to see if y'all can guess who it is. Have a blessed rest of your Sabbath day. Thank you, Bree. Kiki, you are lovely lovely commentators and watch. Oh, thank you, Bree. I'm sorry, but like Steph said, honey, Kiki is sleepy and everything looked like Chinese to her. See you guys next week for another class in Kiki School of Life. All right. All right, like I like to do, I like to teach and I like to have fun while we learn. All right, y'all. Bye, MJ. I will see y'all next week. And y'all think about it and tell me who y'all think it is. But we're going to have to do a serious live about this person because this is not right. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Love you too.